You
All
good?
right. Hi. Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 14 of the Unkindness Lounge. I'm Ravenclaw,
I'm Lizardnutta.
and we've got very special guest today, Magic Carpet Ride. So, thank you for joining us today. Um,
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
we took a couple weeks off, but we are back in full swing.
Yeah.
For since it's been a couple weeks. The Unkindness Lounge. An unkindness is a group of ravens, and a lounge is a group of lizards, and that's how we came to be the Unkindness Lounge. So,
For real.
Super clever.
Yeah.
Clever.
Thanks to Robbie Juice for
thanks to Robbie
coming up
Juice.
with that. So,
Of course.
real quick before we get started, if you're in the chat away. We see everything that you say. We probably just won't pause to acknowledge it as much throughout the podcast, so we don't get sidetracked. Because me and Raven get distracted super easily. So, yeah. On that note, hi.
Hey,
Thanks for
yeah,
coming
so we're
on. I'm
excited.
super excited.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Magic Carpet mentioned this is his first guest appearance in a podcast.
This is. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's just jump right in and just start talking about your stream and everything like that. So if you just want to get us started with kind of how you started streaming, start off
Kind
with
of,
that.
yeah, absolutely. It's kind of one of those just like serendipitous type things. Like, everyone knows Sully at this point. So huge, well, friends with Sully outside of him streaming, started streaming. He started streaming on Mixer and then kind of just built that following there. And then when he moved on over to Twitch, it was just kind of natural for it. I'm the kind of person that always likes to, try and do some type of content, whatever it may be. So when I saw him start to do it, and then Asian Tony Stark and Oh My Gatos, and like all these other awesome streamers that I called friends when I first started getting onto Sully's streams, I'm like, okay, well, just do it. So I took my initial my initial hesitation and just kind of just rolled with it and started out in my little nook in my bedroom. There was a small little desk, like a meter wide, and my laptop and a cheap mic and my Wii. I was doing my retro games at the time that I had emulators on my Wii that I was streaming, so that was a lot of fun. And then just slowly but surely just started building and building as I got more of a following and more confidence, got into more things. And but it has been a ride, almost 10 months now, and it's
Oh,
gone.
nice.
Yeah,
That's
it's gone by
awesome.
really fast. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that's crazy. You'll be up on a year before. I would have thought you'd been doing it much longer than that. So
Well,
Right.
thank you for that.
that's
I appreciate
awesome.
that. Thank you.
It's kind of funny. I feel like most of the people we've talked to have all started around the same times.
Yeah.
Kind of funny how that works.
Yeah.
So yeah, you started basically off of like Soli's community and built up from there. And you started on Twitch, right? Is kind
I
of
did
what you're
I did
saying?
start on Twitch. Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So I started on Twitch. I had a lot of following as well from the Funko community because most of us all knew each other from Funko, anyways. But most of or a lot of the people who ended up supporting me early on, a lot of had to do with Sully as well, but also my personal connections I made through Funko. A lot of great people in this community, not only in Funko but also in the streaming community. Everyone kind of just rallies behind each other, and I mean, I can name a dozen people just looking on my followed channels right now that we've all rallied behind to get to affiliate in a matter of no time because it's just this great community that kind of just does that.
Yeah,
That's super
100%.
awesome.
Yeah.
So how like when you say you're part of Funko, what do
Like
you
like like the collecting Funko.
Yeah, like you just have gone back and known people that are also like collectors and stuff like that and made friends with them?
So I started collecting in 2014. That's when I first like really took off collecting. Kind of got a little bit out of hand. Almost had like 800,
Oh.
900 at one point, and kind of had to scale it back a little bit. Since then, as you like now, it's just Batman behind me. That's all I have left. But for the most part, a lot of the people who I now call really, really great friends and basically family are all from Funko. Went to my first con with them. Went to my first, not my first fun days. Went to fun days numerous times with them, and just kind of built that friendship and that family with them. So that translated very easily when I decided to do something on my own. So I think Sully was a good like start for me, and then just kind of the way that I've dealt with people and built relationships with people kind of just helped it push it a little bit further.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really awesome. I know the Funko community is huge, so I always like
Right.
hearing like how people get started with that because definitely like I never realized how big of a thing that was. But that's super cool that you've like gone to even like the cons and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does seem like you've almost built up your own community at this point. You're doing awesome,
Thank you so
especially
Right.
much.
for not even being at a year out yet.
Thank you
So
so much. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's awesome.
there's definitely some translation and some some overpour on each stream, but I think it's benefited me to like I'm thankful for Sully and Nerds Unite and how he kind of started, and I kind of halfway through early on I was like, hey, I want to kind of make my own niche, so I've kind of branched out a little bit. That's why I started doing like art and design work and random stuff on the stream that I'm not necessarily super comfortable with myself, but kind of putting myself out on display, so to speak. And the reception's been fairly well. I see a lot of people coming through based on my tags or my title in my stream, and just coming through and enjoying the stream, which is awesome. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely something I want to get to later because that's one of the things that I love about your streams is that you truly are such like a variety streamer
thank
of
you.
literally because I was like, I know I've been on one time when you've been doing like the makers and crafting or something like that tag, and I'm like, well, this is I didn't have no idea. Like that's super cool.
Thank
So
you.
it's it's always fun to see people branch out and do a little bit of other stuff too besides just like playing games. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I love how welcoming your stream is too. I know it was a couple weeks ago we rated you and you were playing Mario Kart and you're like, "Hey, jump on." And I was like, "Okay." And of course, naturally,
Absolutely.
us having
Yeah.
connection issues, but
Yeah.
it's awesome. Feel
Yeah.
welcomed right away. So,
Obviously known for the Mario Kart streams.
The now infamous Thursday Mario Karts, yes.
Yes. No, that's awesome. I like the community emphasis and I mean, I've heard so many good things just throughout the community, people that follow you and don't miss your streams. So that's always super cool to hear.
That's awesome. That means a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, so how long were you watching the mixer streams and Solely and people like that before you did go ahead and decide to start streaming?
So Sully started streaming on Mixer like a while ago, and I was kind of there early on when it was just like 10 people. He streamed every once in a while. It was just like the same his usual suspects, as I like to call them. And and then it's funny, I didn't even realize that he was streaming on Mixer again because he took a good like year off of streaming, and I never touched Mixer or Twitch unless it was for a Funko Live something or other that they were doing. Other than that, I rarely went on any of the platforms. So once I saw he was back on it again, I just immediately gravitated back to it. And especially it hit perfectly during the pandemic where you had a time where everyone's kind of just on their own and don't have a lot of ability to socialize. So I took advantage of that. And most of these people I already knew from the Funko community. So and not being able to go to cons, not being able to see them, what I would normally do during the year, it was very beneficial to everything, my mental health, everything, to just kind of delve right deep into that. So I started watching as soon as he got back on to Mixer, and then um, once he went on to Twitch, it was just kind of a do or die. So end of June, I just said screw it, let's just make it happen.
That's awesome.
yeah. I'm really glad. COVID-19 sucks. Obviously, last year was a really tough year. Um, but I'm really glad that that was like something that pushed so many people to start streaming because I love the community, like how much it's grown and how no matter what time of day or night it is, you can get on Twitch and someone will be live to hang out with. So that's really
Absolutely.
cool. So super cool. It's just brought out the inner creator in people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
I think
Yeah.
everyone's super interesting in their own way, and you get to talk to them through chats and stuff. But whenever they stream, you get to see more of a lively side of them that is awesome. So I really love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just in the past few months, like, kind of since middle COVID happened, it's been cool to see how big this community is like really grown too, from people being able to like step out of the box and start doing this. And
Yeah, for me, COVID ended up being a turning point. So
Mhm.
I talk about this. I talk about this on my stream regularly as well. So everybody goes through their own stuff, their own mental health issues and stuff. So for me, COVID kind of hit at the perfect time for me to be. It was a do or die situation kind of thing where I'm like, hey, you gotta figure stuff out. Like this is your time to figure stuff out. What do you want to do? What's going to make you happy? What's going to make you do something that you're going to want to continue doing for at least for the short term, long term. And I think it just made it pushed people into that mindset where they had to figure out exactly what they wanted to do. And for me, even though I went back to my main job, this is something that creating content and streaming and helping people out with their streams and doing design work and all this stuff, I fell right into that hard and I ran with it the second I could. So it was very beneficial for me to kind of take a step back during all that and realize, okay, this is an opportunity. It might be one of the worst years in United States history and one of the worst years for pretty much anyone in this country. But it was an opportunity for a lot of people if you looked at it that way.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, yeah. We always talk about how many people we've met that if how like terrible everything that has happened has been. Like if it never happened, I wouldn't know probably anyone in here hardly at all. I would be a part of this great community, and uh, there's just been a lot. If you look at the positives, there's still been a lot of good that's came from kind of like a crappy situation.
Absolutely.
And it's awesome that you've still been managing to make it work even with returning to your job, because that's another thing I was going to ask, like if you were nervous about how things are going to go now that things are starting to lighten up a little bit and life is like starting to get back to normal. But sounds like you're already kind of got that managed. So,
Yeah, I decided to prioritize things because my 40 hour a work my 40 hour a week work week is miserable. So
yeah.
I hate my job. So me coming and streaming 20 hours a week, if not around there, I mean, I love it. It is my free time. Like I don't, it's not a job yet, but it's something it's something I thoroughly enjoy doing. And I'm literally, instead of me working streaming around my work, I'm literally working or my work around streaming because my streaming and being able to do the things I'm doing means more to me as long as I can pay my bills and as long as I don't struggle in that sense. I'm full force into streaming right now.
That's awesome.
I
I'm so
love it.
glad it's like worked out for you so well, because it is. Uh, we always talk about how it is nerve wracking to put yourself out there and take that step. Where did you have any fears like when you were getting started?
Naturally, I mean,
Yeah.
something you automatically think of like, I mean, people say they like me, but I
Are they
like,
just being
Are
nice?
they gonna
like yeah,
watch me like live? Yeah.
people think exactly. How do I know if they really like me? And what's really nice is like when you look at the chat and you see people actually interacting, like that's
Yeah.
super awesome. Like even if they're just talking to themselves, people who feel comfortable to come into a stream and actually talk, Like that's why I'm super, like you said, I'm super the word I'm looking for is inviting. Super inviting when people come when people come through, because as much as I am a mature stream, I don't hide that at all. I swear a lot. I joke around a lot. But it is at a level of respect for everyone still. Like I don't ever downplay anyone. I don't ever down talk anybody unless it's that banter back and forth on Thursday where we just don't where we just don't
Right.
hold anything back.
Hey, yeah.
But besides that, I mean, it's really nice, and was for me it was really important to make sure that I had that space not only for other people but also for myself. I mean, I'm a little selfish with it. I mean, it's a safe place not only for other people but for myself. I can be myself. People can come in. I have very thick skin. I'm a self-deprecating kind of person. I make fun of myself all the time. I was literally in a kiddie pool on Sunday with, with a Batman mask on. I mean,
Yeah.
what
That's
could,
awesome.
like, I don't have any problem with people making fun of me or any of that kind of stuff. It just, as long as it stays positive, and that's kind of
Yeah.
what I'm about.
Yeah, I think it's a great feeling when you can be yourself and still have this community, have such an inviting like stream every time, and everyone just enjoy kind of being there for who you are, where you don't have to be anyone different, you know. It's That's really nice that I feel like to an extent we're kind of all getting to know like the real people that all of us are.
To that is one last thing, because when I first started streaming, I was like, okay, I have to put this face on. Like I have to be this kind of person for everybody. And then a month in, I'm like, no, this doesn't feel right. So that's why I just switched it exactly to what you see is what you get kind of thing. So
Mhm. Yeah. Well, it's working great.
Yeah, for
Keep
real.
it on
Love
going.
it.
I think we should have more kiddie pool streams. I think that should
Yeah,
definitely be
for real.
like a
we'll
summer
see.
thing.
We'll see. We'll see.
uh, yeah.
Yes, the hot tub stream. I was actually watching that one. I wasn't in the chat, but I was watching, and I texted Raven. I was like, he is in a kiddie pool,
He did.
like
He literally texted me. He's like,
opening toys
"Yo,
or something.
Magic
It was like
Carpenter is
little
literally
foods.
streaming in a pool right now," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome."
I had to compete with the hot tub streamers. It's funny is I changed my title to hot tub stream with a peach emote, and
Oh my
it
gosh.
it literally, my viewer count went up like 20 normally than what it was. I think they just saw a 35-year-old man sitting cross-legged in a kiddie pool. They're just like, what the hell's going on here?
They're probably like, "Dang, this is gonna be spicy," and then they click on it. They're like, "What the heck?"
So funny.
That is awesome. I love it. I like didn't even know hot tub streams were a thing.
Oh, they are. That is
Oh
the
god.
craze right now. Everyone's getting hot tubs and they are streaming from them. It's pretty
What
funny,
a life.
right?
Yes.
Honestly.
Right? Yeah, so let's kind of talk about the games and just everything that you do stream, because I can't tell you how many different things I've seen you kind of like dabble in, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started with retro games because that's my childhood. I started out with Intellivision and Atari, and then once Nintendo came, and Nintendo and Sega, I was lucky enough to have both those systems. I was a huge Sonic fan. I was a huge Mario fan. So those games really defined kind of what I really loved about games, just the simplicity and nothing. You don't really have to think too hard. It was just kind of just go at it, have fun. So doing retro, starting out with retro, one of the reasons why I did that was because I didn't have the setup to do anything else, anyways. Um, but it worked out in my favor because a lot of my initial followers were actually from the retro tags. They came through just to see me, just to see the retro, and I've deviated from that a little bit, and I'm trying to go back into it again, because I think that at the core, that's kind of who I am, is retro, at least those kind of games. Um, and then kind of saw that I wanted to be more interactive with the people the other streamers and people in my chat, give them opportunity because I know as a person who watches streams as well, it's nice to have interaction with the streamer. So playing COD and the dreaded game that I hate more than anything in the entire world, the Bean game that I refuse to
Oh
say.
gosh.
The
What is it?
that's
Literally.
that's another game that I played specifically, not necessarily for myself. And I know there's some taboo that says streamers should
Oh,
stream what they
Fall
want.
Guys.
And yes,
I
yes,
did that
Fall
didn't
Guys.
click. I was like, what is he talking about? What game could
Sorry.
it be? No, you're
Yeah,
good,
sorry.
you're good.
I hate saying that word. I thoroughly hate that game
You
so
didn't
much.
catch on, Lizard? You guys, you have not played it enough to realize how ragey that is.
I literally created commands in my stream for how much I raged during that.
Like,
that thing.
nothing makes me more mad than that game. It's just so stupid to say, but
It's a kids game. And I'm just so irritated by it. Like you said, nothing makes me madder than that game.
yeah.
Oh man.
So what is this about Barbie games?
So of course Ryan has to bring it up.
I have to know. Like, that's going off in my chat right now.
So the first stream, again, like I have emulators on my Wii, so I have every Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega game on there, and we were going through on my first stream, and one of the people in the chat saw Barbie. They're like, hey, try Barbie. So I did, not realizing it would then become a thing, and for the first like couple streams, every time I would turn on my retro, they would all be like, "Hey, let's play Barbie," and then I actually had a redemption for channel points to choose the game, and then of course they always said, once I get enough points, we're playing Barbie, and then Priscilla, Valor and Vellum went ahead and redeemed it for Barbie, and then I took that redemption off, and I stopped. I couldn't do it anymore because I mean it was funny, but yes, I turned off clips, and he's still Ryan, being the computer guru that he is, still figured out how to save the
I
video.
know. I just said, please send it to me.
Oh,
Also, guys, ignore. I haven't done this in a little bit. My like commands are going off from our last. They're going off for your channel, magiccarpetryde,
Yeah.
and our last guest from like 2 weeks ago. So just follow everyone.
Right.
I'm out of practice.
Was it at least a fun game?
No,
Barbie game?
because these are the
Yeah, what the heck? What was this? Like,
there were like there's like 3 different Barbie games, okay, and I tried them all, unfortunately. But like there was one where you're in a car and it's like one of those, you're just moving up and down through traffic, and you just stop at this and then you do some random task. And then another one was, I couldn't even figure out how to play it. Like they're just horrible games. This is the 80s and 90s when they would make a game out of absolutely anything. And it's just because it's all just 2D side scroller. So let's go ahead and make a game with a character that we have, and it was not fun. It was
oh my gosh, that's awesome.
It's pretty funny. So, what was your first game you ever played?
Ooh, that's a good question, because like I want to say it was probably an Atari game, because my dad was really into Atari and in television when we were young, and then he also got into Nintendo and mostly Sega Genesis. He used to play Strider and Sonic and stuff, and kind of watching him play made me want to play more as well. But I think it had to have been, I couldn't give you a specific. The one I probably remember the most is Super Mario Brothers for the NES.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool that like retro gaming is something you're still really into, because I feel like it's something that kind of a lot of people enjoy, but even when all these modern games are played now, like it's fun to go back and see that and watch that.
Well, because if you look at it too, like a lot of these games have really good replayability. Like how many times I mean, I don't know if you guys, how many times have you guys played Mario or Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario 3, Super Nintendo 64? Like or Super Mario Brothers for the SNES. Like I can't tell you how many times I've played and beat that game, and every single time it's still the same. Like Super Mario 3 is probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, for sure. It's it's not even like you can just play it casually and it's always fun, or try to beat your best time, or 100% complete it, or whatever it is. So yeah, they're super fun for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Games nowadays, it almost seems, not all of them, but some of them, the story games that are very, very focused on the story, it's like you can play it a couple times through, but then it's like you've experienced it. It's kind of like watching a movie.
Exactly.
Some movies you can't watch 10 times. You know what I mean? You
Well,
just
and
can't. So
most of those games, like those retro games, are made to where you can just pick it up at any time and play it for like 30 minutes or hours, and it doesn't really matter. Whereas
for
now it's
sure.
harder to find those games where you can just like casually pick up and play for a little bit and not have to like be super, super invested where you have to put like days and days and days into it.
Oh yeah,
So
it's been a while since I've had one of those games where you just get so immersed in a game that you just sit for hours.
yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of cool games now, but a lot of them are just so detailed where you have to spend so much time on it. And sometimes it is like, man, I wish I could just find like a casual game where I could just play for like an hour or whatever, just like a stress
Right.
reliever. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
the games that they make like that are the, what is it? The Evil Bean game. So you just play
Yeah,
it for an
but
hour to
the thing
relax
is, like,
and
when I say I want casual, I want freaking casual. I'm not trying to get pissed
right.
off. That's the difference. Like, sure, I can play that for 30 minutes and then I'll be mad.
Right,
Didn't help my stress levels.
for sure.
Oh god. Yeah, so I think my command's saying you were playing Cold War last. Is that right?
So I like to I switch things up. So Thursdays, are the Mario Kart community nights, and then I kind of just kept with that theme of trying to just play with as many people as possible. Because I mean that's what got me into gaming. I mean initially playing playing GoldenEye 007 LAN part or like on the N64. Like that was like my first into like multiplayer games, and then into Halo Online and stuff like that. So like playing with my friends is what is really enjoyable to me. So Tuesdays it was really nice. Tuesdays we started doing custom games on Cold War. I mean Call of Duty. So it's just eight of us or how many other people want to jump in, and instead of playing against other people like getting irritated, we're just having fun killing each other. Like I remember when I was like in high school and going to like LAN parties and stuff like that with Halo and stuff. So just bringing it back to basics, I think.
That's super fun. Do you
It's
get
super
like a
cool.
decent amount of people to like be able to do that? That sounds really fun.
So it started out like one or two people, and then now with as many people that are streaming, most of them are streamers already that come play. But yes, I love that. I just saw
I know. I'm responding.
that.
Dang it.
So
Oh,
but yeah, so like I we get a really good amount of people. Most of them are streamers, but they come through. We yesterday we had nine people. We were rotating through people yesterday. So it's a lot of fun just getting as many people coming in there and just killing each other. Like it's fun. It's more fun when you're like killing your friend. Like I know
yeah.
this sounds really weird, but it's so much more fun when you're playing against your friends and you can hear them on Discord and hear the reaction and stuff.
Sometimes even like more satisfying
Oh,
when you
absolutely.
like get a kill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's awesome. That sounds super fun.
yeah, I might
Yeah,
have to
do
jump in
you
on that next Tuesday. That sounds
right?
fun.
Oh,
Yeah, listen,
you're welcome.
if
Welcome to join.
if he can use a sniper, then
We
he's
we we do random game modes all the time and just kind of just things that spice things up. It's a lot of fun.
Do they have, that's on Cold War, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do, do they have Sticks and Stones? Is that a game mode? Do you remember that game mode?
So I don't. It's funny you mentioned that because Drew in the TARDIS, if that's his favorite mode. I don't remember it from the old ones, but we played it yesterday. And if you know anything about how I raged hard yesterday because that game. you think you're doing good, and then someone comes by and puts a tomahawk in your face, and you lose all your points.
Right.
So it was fun. But yeah, that's back on Cold War.
That's awesome. Oh my.
So yeah.
Dang. It sounds like I need to get back on. Like, it sounds like they've added quite a bit.
Oh, we should definitely play that sometime this week, Raven.
And Lizard definitely need to play some Call of Duty sometime.
Let's do it.
I feel like that would be fun to watch.
Sticks and Stones is so much fun. I kind of forget what it is. It's crossbows, tomahawks, and something else, right? Or no?
So yeah, crossbow, ballistic knife, and then tomahawks.
Is the ballistic knife on there?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we gotta play, Raven. That's my favorite weapon of all time. That thing was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is really, but it's fun to use. Cool.
It's so much fun. Yeah.
Super cool.
Oh wow. Yeah. So what days do you do that? Tuesdays?
That's on Tuesdays, yeah.
Okay, so we got Tuesdays is the custom matches for Call of Duty. Viewers, listen up if you want to play anything.
Right.
Thursdays are Mario Kart, like community nights. And then do you have like a full-on schedule even around your job?
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
I made sure to, I didn't want to be, I for myself mostly, I didn't want to just, let me get on now. Like if I didn't put myself to a schedule, there's a good chance I don't feel like streaming tonight.
Mhm.
But because I posted it like early on from the beginning, I've had the same schedule since August when I started. So I stream Thursdays, Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays consistently. So
dang, that's so awesome. 5 days a week. So we've got the 2 days that are pretty much scheduled the same every week. And then do you have any other days that are like that, or do you pretty much mess around with whatever you're feeling?
So Sundays are my design / art days. I did painting. Actually, I was super out of my comfort zone again. Like I do paint, but that was mostly for me. So when I ended up doing that on stream, and that was super out of my comfort zone, to allow people into that kind of part of my life. But I do that. So Sundays are usually design work, where I either do my emotes, work on stickers that I've been doing for my stream. I've just been pumping out stuff just because people usually stuff from the streams, stuff we either say, stuff that we see in the streams. I have 22 different designs that I made into stickers already, and like magnets and stuff. And then either than that, I work on graphics for either myself or other people for streams. So
that is awesome.
Yeah, that's super
cool. Like, did you take like design classes or anything like that, or has it just been like a hobby?
It's funny. I saw Oh My Gatos Boston do using the software Affinity Designer, and I was like, I have no idea. I can't draw for crap. What I paint is all abstract because that's easy as hell.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
Exactly. So when I saw him doing Affinity Design, I'm like, let me try it. It was $50. It was one-time fee instead of Illustrator, which is a lot more expensive. So then I just got into Affinity and just started messing with it, and now I'm like 7 months in, and I'm getting really, really good at it. Because it's a little bit easier on doing design work on a computer than me trying to sketch something, because I'm a very, it's points and lines. Like I can manipulate points and lines. It's easier than trying to draw on a piece of paper or something.
Yeah. So you design all of your stickers, and then do you do like your own emotes and stuff, or is that? Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So my first emote was a genie lamp, an 8-bit genie lamp that my friend Damien from Geek Together did for me. So that was before I even knew how to do anything. And then my initial logo, Boston, ended up doing that for me. And then after that, I just started doing everything myself, because it's just I get a lot of joy when I'm not working and I'm not on stream. I'm working on my stream. Like it's a constant thing. Asian Tony Stark, Ryan has been very helpful with a lot of things with graphics wise, motion graphics and stuff like that, and widgets, which I am not yet well versed in at all. Like I can do the whole static kind of graphics. He's very good at the other portion of stuff. So I have used him on some certain things, but I started doing my own scenes, my own graphics, and that kind of stuff. So, and I'm trying to keep with that just because, and nothing wrong with using templates, but it just I get a lot of joy and pride when I using
Yeah,
my
and
own
then
stuff.
you
Right,
can
for sure.
literally do whatever you want and make it you know, if you have an idea for it, you can have it done exactly how you want, which is super
Exactly.
awesome. Yeah, that it is definitely really cool to see how many like creatives and creative people that are in this space that I don't know, I love seeing people do other things besides gaming.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
really cool to kind of get a look into other people's like talents and what they get joy out of and their hobbies and stuff like that, which I've seen a lot. Because when I got Twitch, like I never knew anyone did any more than gaming. So
Mhm.
it's been really fun for me
Right.
to get to see so many people like branch out and do other things.
Yeah, we've learned history. We've seen people, you know, do podcasts like this. We've seen people build Legos. We've seen
Yeah,
people.
like the
I've learned how
Legos
to
is
cook
huge.
a little bit.
I never even knew that was a thing. I'm like, this is so like that's a whole community within
Yeah.
itself. Do you do any
Yeah.
of that, like the Lego building?
So when they initially started the Lego Sunday, I did it for a while. I actually have my half finished Batmobile, 3,000 piece Batmobile. I just didn't have the patience to sit and do that on stream at the time, so I stopped doing that. But I did that for a little bit as well.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like some of my favorite streams are literally the streams where like a couple hours I'm just chatting, just talking to the stream. Like those are some of my favorite streams where it's just you're not doing anything.
And
You're
it's
just
chill, like it's
yeah.
just chill and relaxed and
Right.
yeah. Wicked Time, thank you so much for the resub. You're awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying rip to the clip of Barbie. It got deleted for good.
No.
Yes.
I know, I'm so
I
sad.
love it. I
Agent
love
Tony
it.
Stark said he had to clean up his C drive to make room for the Warzone install. I'm like, why is Warzone gotta be so dang big? Like,
It's so
Perfect
big.
timing. I love it. I love it.
that was blackmail stuff on Tamara. Well, not anymore, unfortunately. Oh man, yeah, no, but that's super cool. I definitely love to catch more of those streams, like the design stuff and um. Have you been doing stickers for a while, or is
So
that a recent thing?
I started doing stickers a couple months into me doing my design stuff, just because it was just fun stuff and it was stuff to give back. I was doing them for to just giveaways on the stream, and then after a while, as the designs got a little bit more frequent and me doing the stickers a little bit more, and people requesting them and saying that, which was incredibly humbling experience. They were saying they would actually pay for these, like they would actually buy stickers from me. I'm like, why the hell are you gonna want to buy stickers from me?
Why would you give me money for that?
Yeah, right.
Oh,
And
that's so cool.
yeah, it was it
Uh,
was it was sorry, it was just it was crazy because it's just like I didn't have any anticipation to sell them or do any of that stuff, and I was incurring those costs myself, which was nice. There was just a all the money that I make with that just goes into making more stickers, which is super nice. So
yeah, that's awesome. And that's another thing, like, I learned so much from just being on this platform. I'm like, when I started streaming, like, I had only been streaming like a couple weeks, and someone was like, when are you gonna have a sticker? I was like, what are you talking about? What, like, a sticker? What?
right.
And they're like, yeah, a sticker. Like, everyone has stickers. Like, I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean people just make stickers? And now,
They
like, all
do.
the time I see that on like Twitter and stuff like that, like people exchanging their stickers and people like collecting them, which is an awesome idea. And that's so cool. So, yeah, like, how can any of us get one of Magic Carpetryde stickers? Because I definitely need to start getting them from different people I follow and interact with and stuff.
Well, absolutely. Both of you, make sure you guys shoot me a whisper, and I'll send you guys one of all of the ones that I have. But usually, and I need to get better at this. I do giveaways on the stream for them occasionally. I usually do a Google form for interest every once in a while. That usually floats through one of my commands in my chat. So if people are interested in that, and then once that time comes, if I do another release of them, I usually it's usually like $3, $4 a sticker, and then I just ship them out to them. So it just keeps coming through the stream just to improve the stream as much as possible. But I do giveaways. I don't even want to say frequently because I'm really bad at it. So I need to start doing that a little bit more. But I literally have a tote down here with all of the stickers and every single one of the stickers from like Sully, Asian Tony Stark, Robbie Juice, Jace the Collector. Like I have stickers from everybody in a tote right here, all organized and stuff with my OCD. But yeah.
Yeah. If anyone
That's
else
so
in the
cool.
chat is like a streamer who has stickers, like please drop a comment on how we can get those, because I think they're so cool and I see them everywhere, but I don't know how to get anyone stickers.
Right.
So
Raven,
like please let us know, because I would love to know, like, I mean, I'm not against buying them. I don't care. I just don't know how to get them. And I think that'd be so fun. Like with how many people I've met through this community and everything,
for
it'd be
real.
such an easy
That
and
would be
fun
cool.
way to like keep a piece of them, you know?
I'm gonna make a sticker board or something and put everyone's sticker on it. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
So if anyone has some, please let us know how we can get them.
Yeah, that's such a cool idea. I love that.
Yeah.
And I noticed that before I streamed, it was a few years ago that some like companies, more smaller companies for certain things, I don't even know what now. I know skateboard companies do it a lot. They'll send you like a sticker with their logo on it or just a random sticker, whatever. So, I mean, that's super cool that people are making their own.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny you say skateboard because I grew up in the skateboard type.
Yeah, I noticed the shirt.
He's like, let me tell you about skateboard.
Well, literally, I'm a giant child. Every single one of my shirts is DC. Like I don't own any, like, besides the random, graphic tee from Funko or a Batman tee. Like all my tees are DC. Like I grew up in that skateboard kind of culture. All my shoes are DC. I have like 30 pairs of shoes I'm looking at right now. Like so, like that sticker, like that culture of stickers was, I remember that from skateboarding. Like you would have it, I just remember that vividly from all that from when I was a kid. So I mean, I
Yeah.
love the fact that I have all these stickers. And now that you said that, I might just do it. That actually sounds like I literally bought.
Oh, do a skateboard? That'd be
I
cool. You should.
I literally just purchased a blank skateboard to do to do a actually to paint on for a giveaway, probably for Extra Life later on this year. But now that you said that, that sounds like a great idea for me
That is such a
for
good
me to have
idea.
for me to
That's
have a
super
blank
cool.
board with everyone's stickers on it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's honestly really
That's a great
really
idea.
cool idea. So please let us know, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Steph says I want a sticker of Tam Tam in a hot tub. And everyone's agreeing. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
We'll make that happen.
Sounds like the ideas are like never ending.
Funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Raven,
Yeah, so
one day me and you should just do a stream together where we're like in a Discord call like this and just have our cameras on the desk and we can make our own stickers.
yes,
Oh,
sounds good.
so cool.
Oh, I don't know about
We're-
you,
We're
but
like both like not creative, so this
yeah. Draw a little stick figure with
All
a
right,
shirt.
I'll be like, how the F do you draw a raven?
Right.
Let me get a stencil.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what's really cool about the sticker space too is like it's relatively inexpensive, and it's an item that seems to be very wanted by absolutely everybody in the community.
Right.
So
Yeah,
like
definitely.
like every once in a while you'll find deals on Sticker Mule, like 50 stickers for $19, and it's like even if you charge a couple dollars, you'll get that money back easily because everyone will pay $2, $3 for a sticker. Like that's
Oh
especially
yeah.
especially if it's someone that they actually want to get a sticker from. So like that being said,
Yeah.
it's like it's such an inexpensive way to market yourself as well,
Mhm.
which is another thing that I really enjoy doing, is because now putting that image, because my end result here, I would love to do this full time, not likely anytime soon, but I just want to keep marketing myself, branding myself as much as possible, putting as much of me out there as possible as well. So
For sure. Yeah, definitely they're a good idea because a lot of people, including myself, I want merch, but sometimes like one shirt, if you're going through a company, they'll charge like $30 at the sale price, but by the time it's all said and done, it's like, okay, well, I'll go with the $15 coffee mug, which is still like a little expensive, but the sticker like $2 or $3 is pretty affordable. So that's super cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
And a
Love
very
that.
easy way for people to be able to support you if they choose to and want to. So
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and you can stick that sticker on a shirt and call it good. Now you got your shirt for $3 instead of
t-shirt. Literally. Oh man, that's so funny.
Love it.
Sorry guys, I'm being blinded.
I can see that. I was about to ask
my
you about
blinds
that.
are closed. Like I closed them all the way, but
You're good.
sorry. It's that time of the day, the awkward hour. Yeah, so let's see. What other...
Of all the consoles you've had,
Yeah, I was gonna... Sorry,
what
go
has...
ahead, Lizard.
Of all the consoles you've had, what has been your favorite of all time?
Ooh, man, that is a very difficult question.
And what's been the
Sounds like you
best?
have a lot.
If they're the same, that's cool. But they're like, what do you think has been the best as well?
Man, so I'll tell you. Like, I'm going to split this up in a couple different ways. So one of the most underrated systems, in my opinion, was the Sega Dreamcast. Sega Dreamcast was a phenomenal system and had very great titles with it. Unfortunately, it did not have. It was right at the end of Sega, kind of going down. I loved Sega's platform growing up as well. There's a ton of games that I enjoyed. But I'm a Nintendo kid at heart. I'd have to say that probably the SNES is probably my favorite system of all time. Even it's very close between the three Nintendo systems: Nintendo 64, the SNES, and the NES. But I'd have to say I had the most time spent playing Double Dragons and stuff like that on the SNES. Man, yeah. I think that once PlayStation and when the Xbox One came out, I jumped full force into console gaming. Um, sorry, when the original Xbox came out. Sorry, I was never a PlayStation person until later on in life when I picked up a PlayStation 2 a couple years after it was out and just kind of played those older games. But for me, Nintendo SNES was definitely my favorite, and then the Xbox kind of opened up a whole new world of gaming to me, with Halo and playing those multiplayer games, and that's probably, I'd have to say Xbox is where my true love of gaming came from, playing Counter-Strike and stuff like that once it came to console.
That's super cool.
Yeah. So SNES was your favorite.
Yes, absolutely.
I bet that's really like nostalgic too, to be able to like still have all those games to be able to play like these days. I bet that's like just really fun with how much history you've had with it in the past.
That's why I'm really glad that I still haven't thrown out this Wii. Like, this Wii has literally
Dude, the Wii is awesome.
I know.
See, to me, that's the best gaming console of all time.
Really?
It's got to be the Wii. I mean, it came out in 2006. It's got the motion controls. It's got Wii Sports, which is the greatest game of all time. And you know, the people that are the best at it are the best at all games. So I think it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was a thing of its time, man. Honestly, the technology when the Wii came out, like, it was pretty on point.
The Switch,
I'll definitely give you that. Yeah.
The Switch is right up there with it, though. I love the Switch. I think the Switch is a brilliant idea.
The Switch came out at the perfect time for Nintendo. Nintendo's in its own space in the console gaming. It's here you have Sega and Sony, and here you have Nintendo. They're their own thing. Like, they don't compete. Like, they're not actually competing with them at all. Like, they're their own part of the whole thing.
You have either a PlayStation or an Xbox, and you also have some sort of Nintendo gaming. Exactly. I feel like everyone's like that. It's for everyone.
You literally cannot go wrong with a Nintendo. Like, I literally broke out my Nintendo DS yesterday and was playing Super Mario. I was like, and the funny thing is, like, that battery will run on for, I can't even tell you the last time I charged it, whip it out, ready to go. I was like, and then every now and then I'll get out the Wii and stuff. I'm like, you can't go. They're like timeless.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So have you ever played, like, did you get into like the Wii Sports ever, or did you pretty much only have the Wii to like have the retro games on there?
No, I used to play the Wii back when it was a Wii. Like I used to play all those games, the bowling and all that stuff. And then when they did the remake of probably one of my favorite games of all time, which is GoldenEye 007, probably one of my favorite games of all time. I can confidently say that. They did the remake that they brought out for the Wii, and somehow moving here to Texas, I lost it, which I'm heartbroken
Oh
for.
no.
It's like super expensive now. I'm like, ugh.
Mm.
But yeah, that game on when they did the remake for that from the Nintendo 64, like it was just so good. And the Wii was a great system when it came out. Like you said, everything you said, the motion controls, being able to the Wii boxing and stuff like that. It was so cool.
Yeah, yeah, it is very different for its time. I mean, I'll never forget it. Booting up Wii Sports for the first time. I mean, it was just so cool.
It was a time where it was more interactive than the games prior, and
Right.
it was pre VR. So it's like
Mhm.
I think the Wii is probably the stepping stone to what VR kind of like. Oh, you have motion controls.
Right.
Oh, let's just go ahead and immerse you in the. I think that's why it is, to your saying, very important console, because I think it was a stepping stone in all the consoles and the video game section to be
For
able to
sure.
see, all these motion controls and do these kind of things that most systems before that didn't have any access to do.
It's one of those things where like almost everyone can play it too, and it is a video game, but it doesn't feel like it at the same time. That's probably the only time I think my parents have ever played a game was whenever they would play games with me on the Wii, because you just stand up there and go against each other doing whatever. We used to play the bowling on Wii Sports for like hours and hours and hours. It's so much fun. So
Yeah,
I think it's super cool. But
absolutely.
did we catch what your favorite game of all time was? I know we caught your first game, but
I think I might have said Super Mario 3. I think that one might be my favorite.
yeah, okay, yeah, I think you
I
did mention.
I played
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one
you
so many
said that, I
times.
think.
Yeah, I played that
Super
game so
Mario
many times.
3.
I love that one.
So, what about like worst game you've ever played? Least favorite game ever? Throw it in the trash. Burn it.
Forget it exists.
That's hard because there's a lot of games that I've played a lot of games in my life, like a ton. Like the one only recently that I can confidently say that I hate and I wish never existed, was Fall Guys. I can say that with confidence. I hate that game with a passion.
Oh my god! Like, right?
But all semi kidding aside, I really don't know. Like there's a ton of horrible games out there, but I couldn't name you them. They were just so inconsequential to me. Like growing up, like going to Blockbuster, renting a video game, like, oh, I'm so excited for this new game. You get it home and it's trash, and then you're just like, okay, well, let me just go return it tomorrow and get a new game.
Right.
Like
I think like the number one we've heard the most was like the Lion King game.
Yeah.
For what system was that for? I don't even
I
remember.
believe that
I
was
don't know.
It's like
I played it on stream a couple times.
we've had like half of our guests say that.
Yeah.
Like the Lion King
Literally.
game was the worst ever.
Well, because it's rated as saying there's that level. There's a level in Lion King that is actually said that is the hardest level in gaming history.
Wow.
And like you'll see people say, if you've said that you've beat the Lion King, I can't remember if it was for Nintendo or Sega. I think it was Sega. But they said if you say you beat the Lion King, you're lying, because there's no way you beat the Lion
It's
King.
not possible. Oh my gosh.
That is
That's
a difficult
crazy.
game. That is, now that you said that, I played it on stream and I died a lot more times than I want to admit. But it was just, yeah, that game's frustrating for sure.
I'm so curious now about this game because so many people.
Okay, so like you can rage, Tammer. Lizard can also rage.
Me?
Oh no, you
I've
don't think so?
never once.
Oh, right. Like every time he gets killed in Call of Duty, he's like, he's hacking. He's freaking hacking.
Hacker lag, he's cheating.
Like, oh no, there's no way he could actually like get shot or anything.
Right.
Report him.
This lion is aimbotting.
No, I think you should like play that game.
No.
Or get
no
like a
shot.
channel port subscription for it or something.
You absolutely should, because
I don't even have that
until
console.
Until you play that game, you don't know our pain.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, like take one for the team and like be able to personally experience the hate.
I don't know. That sounds like a awful time, to be honest.
I mean, there's a lot of people who enjoy that game. Like Wicked Dimes plays it, Robbie Juice plays it.
What? And I actually enjoy it. These
Yeah,
people must not have the patience level. I have no patience, so there's no freaking way.
Robbie is a freak of nature at figuring things out
That's
quickly,
true.
though.
That is true.
That's
This
true.
Tetris
If
blows
there's
my mind.
anyone that like could beat it, might be him.
Yeah, for real.
Wild. Yeah.
Crazy.
So, what like consoles do you have now?
Currently, I have my PC and then my Xbox One. I got rid of my PlayStation 4 a long time ago. I just never played it. Actually bought it for not Last of Us, Uncharted, because that was a phenomenal game, absolutely phenomenal game. And then I beat it and then I sold it, and then because I had no reason to, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for saying this, but Xbox has a superior multiplayer platform, and they did for the longest time. PlayStation might have outsold Xbox time and time again, but their user interface and their multiplayer platform has always been superior to PlayStation. It's been a lot easier to play with your friends on Xbox than it was to play with your friends on PlayStation. And by the way, Game Pass is the ultimate best deal in gaming history, period.
Yeah, 100%. It's so good.
So but what's funny is this next gen, I had zero desire to get this next gen, because now that I got a PC that I use for streaming now, I'm now going to try and eventually get a secondary PC as a gaming PC, because Xbox now put everything on everything's available on PC. Almost everything's available on PC. Game Pass is available on PC. The specs on a PC are a lot better than the next gen consoles, and they're going to be, you can actually upgrade your stuff over time. So I had zero desire to get the new next gen, unfortunately. But I was that guy. Every Xbox iteration I bought day one.
Yeah, that's what's so nice about Xbox, is that they've integrated everything with the PC. But like, there literally is no point really to like having to get that new console. Like if you've got a decent PC.
Right.
That's the one thing that I get mad about, because when I started gaming, like I only had a PlayStation. So like that's what I learned on. And now that I've like played games like fairly long enough now to be like, dang, I wish I would have almost started on Xbox so that I was like familiar with it now, because there is a lot of perks going that route versus PlayStation, which is like, PlayStation is lacking in so many ways compared to that. But I'm like, I've never even touched the Xbox. I did not know what I was doing.
They're pretty
similar. It's frustrating for me because like I wish, since I know how to use a PlayStation, I wish they had all the like that stuff that Xbox has, and it's like, nope.
Yeah,
which is frustrating.
They're pretty similar, and the exclusives on PlayStation are really, really good. And a lot of people prefer the controller. And I get all that. That's really great. But Xbox Party Chat is so much more superior than the PlayStation. Yeah, I mean, it messes up a lot too, but it's quite a bit better. I've always preferred Xbox personally, so.
It's funny too, like you say, like I love the Xbox controller. I think the Xbox controller, the design is literally probably one of the better ones.
It's genius.
Yeah, it is exactly because if you remember the Dreamcast, it was kind of similar to what the Dreamcast was, but obviously a lot better. But then if you notice with the new PlayStation, what does the controller resemble? The new PlayStation controller resembles a lot like the Xbox controller. Just saying.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's not its typical
Right.
controller.
It's
for
not even
PlayStation.
it's not even so much the well, for me it's the joystick location, but a lot of people prefer the PlayStation joystick, but the way it fits in your hands is like literally perfect. And
mhm, I
and I
agree.
don't know if you've ever used a controller like the Elite controller. Mine doesn't have
Yeah,
one, but with the paddles and stuff.
yeah,
If you've tried to do that with a PlayStation controller, it feels like to me at least like it's such a awkward thing to hold your controller and use those paddles on the back of that controller versus an Xbox controller where like you just as I drop it you get just hold it so like perfectly in your hands and it just feels better
yeah.
in
I
my
thoroughly
opinion.
agree.
But
Has a way better hand feel for
yeah,
sure.
I'm glad they've changed it slightly but not really from the 360 to the Xbox One, and I'm not sure what the new generation is. Is it just an Elite controller or just a regular Xbox controller? I don't know.
I think it's the
But
same. To be honest. I don't know. I don't know anything about the new
yeah,
ones.
they haven't changed it a whole lot. PlayStation has a ton either, but they've definitely like added a lot more weight to it each time or girth.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
Yeah.
slight modifications versus the Xbox. I don't know. It's really preference, but
absolutely.
Is
yeah.
the Game Pass for PC pretty worth it if you don't have an Xbox?
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that I have been like looking into because
So I think it's worth it personally because
it's
uh,
pretty cheap,
on
I think.
Xbox it's
I don't
$15 a
remember, but
month. On PC it's only $10 a month for Game
yeah.
Pass. I don't think there's quite as many games, but there's great games on there. So
It,
good.
yeah, it's missing a couple of the stuff that's for Xbox only. Like I
Right.
think the Halo Master Chief Collection isn't on it, or
It's
Halo
it's on there
or Halo
now.
5's not on it. I don't remember.
It might not be, but the
Yeah,
Master Chief I think is. I don't know.
but I mean, when Xbox and Game Pass added the EA Pass to it, like you literally have every EA game now too. Like how, like for the same price, $15 a month. Like that is insanity to me. I would say that probably everything will eventually. This is my guess. Everything will eventually go to PC as well. They're probably gonna give it to the Xbox first until Xbox becomes, in my opinion, consoles are going to be not, I don't want to say obsolete, but they're going to be secondary once people I hate that I'm going to say this right now because I hated these people that always says PC master race, but the PC is becoming, and I'm seeing this a lot more now that I'm using a PC a lot more. You can do so much more with a PC than you can with a console.
Yeah.
um
And it's so much easier and faster. Like definitely after getting a PC, like I never hardly ever touch my console.
yeah.
Right. Thank you Nintendo for keeping the dream alive forever until Nintendo comes out with its own like
Yeah.
PC brand or something. It's like
You know, it's funny. Nintendo's probably like once Xbox. It's funny you say that. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be the next PCs are going to be integrated with Xbox. Like I'm willing to bet you that might happen because it's already a Microsoft product, and you have
yeah,
the operating system's already Microsoft.
right.
Like the next logical step is to have the operating system run Xbox. Like but PlayStation, I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I can tell you with probably utmost certainty, Nintendo will always have a console of some type.
Yep. It'll always
And
be fun.
everyone will always buy
Yeah.
it.
For sure.
That's like a no-brainer.
Yeah,
What if Nintendo like their next console isn't even a console, it's just like a flash drive that you plug into your PC? That'd be crazy. I
Dude,
hope
who
not, but that'd be
knows?
cool.
Like they've got it. They can do anything. They got no
Yeah.
competition.
right.
No, not at all.
It's really
Um
amazing, like what they've done, really, when you think about it.
but yeah, it's also having a PC has helped me a little bit step back from gaming 24/7, which was like a really big deal. Like I had when me and my wife first started dating, I quite literally played Fortnite 24/7. And it was a problem. And when I got a PC, like I just didn't really touch my console anymore. And so to sit down at a computer and play the game is a lot easier. Like when you get off, you don't want to just go boot it back on. Like it's just more of a process because you have to sit there. You can't like lay in bed and play and stuff. So for me at least, it's helped break that addiction. It kind of was an addiction. It was bad. I played a lot of games.
That makes a lot of sense, though.
Yeah. Just to spend more time with, the people you love and do the things you want to do outside of a virtual world.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know.
No, that was me. I used to be that guy. Get home from work, immediately turn on my Xbox and start gaming until time to go to bed, and then do the same thing next day. Like
Right.
I'd play nonstop, and then in the last couple of years, it just shifted. I stopped playing as much, but not even close to what I used to. But yeah, it was it was a turning point. I don't even know what it was, but I literally just stopped playing as much. It just didn't.
Right.
Yeah, and then now even when I'm not streaming, I don't game that much when I don't stream anymore. Like I'm either streaming my gaming or I'm not playing usually. I'm
Right.
usually just on stream watching other streamers.
Do you find yourself enjoying games more now versus when you were playing 24/7, or is it still about the same?
I would say I appreciated a lot more because it's like now because back then I had the time to be able to just the time and no worries of just being able to just spend all the time until 4 o'clock in the morning and playing video games and not worrying
Right.
about the consequences of it. But now, life and bills and stuff and
Adulthood.
Right.
and being an adult, I wish I could go back
Right.
to my younger self and kick my own ass for wanting to be an adult. But but yeah, absolutely. I think that's a very interesting point because I truly enjoy the limited amount of time I play now, as opposed to just playing the 10 hours a day that I used to play.
Mhm. Just a second, because Dreamality has rated us.
Hey, what's up, Dream Team?
Dreamality, thank you so much. Yeah, welcome all. We have Magic Carpetryde today as our guest on the podcast. We took a couple weeks off, but we've been having a really great conversation with him, and we're just having a great time. So, yeah, just feel free to hang out and chat. We're paying attention, and if anyone has any questions for him or us or anything like that, like feel free to drop those, and we'll definitely get to those towards the end. But welcome in, guys, and Dreamality, thank you so much for the raid. You are awesome as always. But yeah, anyways, like I think it's nice just being able, like with the PCs, just being able to like have an actual like setup and have a spot where you can like get in the zone and be like, this is what I'm doing right now. And then when you leave, like have that separate family time and, be able to have that like balance a little bit easier than when everything was just like plugged into your TV and you just like lay on the couch all day
For sure.
or in your bed. Yeah.
And that was a big difference for me as well, because I used to plug my TV or my Xbox into my TV, play it on my big screen TV, and ever since I started streaming, I moved everything to now I'm on like 27-inch TVs or monitors, and it's such a different feel altogether that I think that's also another reason why I probably don't play as much video games is because I mean I used to just lay on my couch and just play video games, and you're just chill like it's but here because it also probably has to do with the fact that I conduct business here and I just kind of I don't spend as much time unless I'm doing either streaming working on my stream or the little bit of time that I do play otherwise.
Yeah. And it is nice because when you walk in, you're like putting 100% into this, and it's just you've got the whole mindset. I don't know about you, but like after I started streaming, it was different to like just sit back and like play something on my own. Like I realized I enjoyed the games with the community like a lot more, and it just felt weird to like just like be all by myself, like talking to no one. Just like I don't know, like I can still do that every now and then, but for me, like I realized like, oh, this is a lot more fun when you've got this whole community that you can interact with and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
It's so funny. It's so funny because sometimes I'll literally come home, or if I'm on my day off, I'll turn my setup on. I'll turn my Xbox on. I'll see if anyone's streaming. No one's streaming. Turn on my Xbox, see if anyone's online. No one's on. I'll play like one game by myself. Like this sucks ass. I'll turn off
This ain't
everything
it.
else, and I'll just
Right.
I'll just go watch TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I literally can't even tell you how many times I've done that. Like I'll hook something, like I'll literally like take my PS4 downstairs and be like, I'm just gonna have a relaxing evening on the couch. So, like turn it on, like scroll through all my games. I'm like, nah, this ain't it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just so different, I guess, now, which is funny to say because I haven't been doing this that long. Like you haven't even been doing this that long, and it changes everything.
Absolutely, like your perspective changes on kind of everything. Your priorities
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
change for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. You know, sometimes I'll boot up a game of Warzone off stream or something, and I'm like, man, that sucks that no one was there to watch me get my 2 kills in 3rd place. That was a really good game. I wish I could have shared that with people. You know what I mean? But that is really how it feels. It's like, man, I wish someone was here to
Yeah, kind of like enjoy those moments with you and share those moments with you.
Even if it is a bad game, it's weird
Yeah.
playing by yourself, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
I do play a lot of Valorant off stream.
Do you really? I didn't know you got back into that.
I probably put like 30 hours a week into that game
Oh
off
my
stream.
gosh,
I play a
what?
lot of that game. It's so much fun.
Wow. Yeah, I see people play that.
I'd never stream it.
I tried until like these kids literally made me cry. Like for real. I had to shut off my game. I was like crying. I was like, I can't think this is too much. This is too toxic. Like I'm just learning. I'm sorry. These like 10-year-old kids are like cussing me out, like telling me to go die. I'm like, I
Oh my
can't.
gosh.
That's so horrible.
Oh gosh. Yeah, really.
That's terrible. Yeah,
It was fine before that happened.
I keep people muted nowadays.
No,
Too
literally.
mean.
No, but the chat's just as bad.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Maybe I'm too sensitive. I don't know. I was just
I don't know.
oh, I can't.
It must be your
I'm
lobbies.
like trash at Call of Duty, and I love Call of Duty, and no one says that crap to me on Call of Duty. So I was like, what is this?
It's crazy.
Oh gosh.
I completely stopped listening to game chat. I turned game chat off. It's just so it's so toxic now that it's just no point.
Yeah, for real.
Literally. Yeah, it's kind of sad that like something you're trying to like have a fun time with and like relieve stress or after a long day or just whatever like can really turn into that. Like y'all aren't pros, like stop.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When I was younger, like on Call of Duty, you know, everyone would do that, and it was almost like everyone knew they were joking too. Like, so you kind of got that vibes, and now it's like people are getting personal with it. They're like calling out your mom and your dad by name. It's like, how do you know this? And
Right.
it's horrible.
Like if it's just like funny, like casual, like whatever. But yeah. There's like a line you don't cross, you know.
Yeah, they really want to hurt your feelings. It sucks, but you know, I'm so like socially awkward and anxious when talking to people I don't know anyways that it's best to keep it muted. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never know how to start the conversation. I played Warzone with some randoms the other day, and I had my push to talk on, so I could hear what they were saying. They couldn't hear what I was saying. And they were like talking, and I was like, I literally cannot push the button to talk to them because I'm so awkward. I don't know how to start the conversation. You know what I mean? Like, hello friends, you ready?
You you remember back in the day when you'd play Fortnite? Like I would play Fortnite. Like I don't know. We got into a weird like Fortnite obsession, and
Oh yeah.
literally I'd like try to like squat up with someone during the day because I was bored and like everyone was working, and you'd literally get a group of kids like they're probably like 10 years old, and they'd be like, "Hello, hello," and I can't say anything. Me like 20 years old, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't say anything.
For real.
He's probably like 10.
It's funny you say that. Me and Drew used to play Dead by Daylight a lot, and this one time we're both on Xbox. Someone in the game invited us to party chat, so we left our party chat and then went into theirs, and then it was just all you hear is this little kid's voice, and the first thing he says is guys, please don't leave. I'm 9 years old, but everyone's always mean to me, and
Oh my
literally I did not leave that chat fast enough because I did not want to be in a room in a chat room with a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
And especially me and the shit that I say on stream. Like that's how I am normally. Like I don't want to say that to a 9-year-old kid.
What 9-year-old kid is playing Dead by Daylight? Come on, that's crazy.
That was
Oh
horrible.
my gosh, that is so funny. Oh wow. Yeah. I literally can't play multiplayer games unless I have friends because I'm just too socially awkward. I can't do it.
If I ever feel like playing Warzone, I just play solos, so I don't have to talk to
Yeah.
anybody.
Right. Yeah.
Literally.
Which is funny because I'm an ambivert. I've realized that I'm an ambivert. So I'm there's things that I'm an introvert with, and there's things that I'm an extrovert with. Like my personality is pretty extrovert, but like I'm also like leave me alone. Like I can do whatever I want. Like I can be by myself kind of situation. So like with me, but I'm the same way as you, Liz. Like I don't want to just go into a random lobby with people, and like I'm not that personality sometimes. At least not in person I am, but not over a video game where I don't know what the next word out of their mouth is, whether they're going to insult my mom or say that I'm trash or something. Like I don't need to.
It's
I
just
don't need.
weird
Yeah.
not having any idea like who you're playing with. You don't know how old they are. You don't know like what their personality is like if they're insanely ragey, if they're not like nothing. So it's just
Yeah.
weird.
Absolutely.
And especially as a female, like there's no way I'm squatting up with random dudes that I don't know and being like, "Hey guys."
I feel like
Maybe
that's
if
the
I was
problem.
actually
Is
good
like,
at the game, but no, I literally tweeted like, did you see that Warzone where you can like tweet Warzone or something and get like your stats
yeah.
for like well, I did that and I literally like my KD was like 0.4. I was like, nope, I can never play again.
I like playing with you. Those lobbies are fun.
I love playing with you and friends, but like I'm like, yeah, I could never squat up with random people and be like, dude, what's up?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I want to know what those lobbies voice chats would be like. That would.
I can imagine. 0.40.
Right. It's kind of fun, though. That's kind of how I was when Cold War came out, because I'm terrible at Cold War. And, like, the lobbies, people would be like, you suck, you suck. I'm like, it's skill-based matchmaking. We all suck, okay?
Yeah,
let's be honest with
like,
ourselves. We're
right
all
now.
pretty bad, so...
Yeah.
Oh my
But yeah, it just sucks, because, like... I mean, part of it's just being anxious, but most of it's because you don't know whether those people are going to be terrible people or not, because frankly there's a lot of terrible people that come on there and they say super offensive things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, like, it has nothing to do with skill level. Like, I'm not good at most stuff, and like I just like to have a fun time. Like, I want people that are like that. They just want to have a fun time. Like, why are you taking this so seriously? Like,
yeah,
I guarantee you're not getting paid for it. So I just don't get that. Like, but
for sure.
whatever. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. So we always ask, like, if you were to like create your own video game, what would you do with that?
Oof. Man, you guys are throwing hard questions. That's what's funny is that is a question that I have been preparing my entire life to answer, but yet I have zero answer on what that would be.
Don't know where to start.
Because it's that's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a hodgepodge of pretty much every game that I've ever. Man, I don't even know.
Would you do something retro based or something modern?
I immediately went retro based, and then I immediately started thinking about the movie Ready Player One, and how it'd probably be something. If I could actually make something like the Oasis, that would ideally be the most
That's
amazing
actually
thing
really
ever.
cool. That would be really cool for that to be a thing.
There's it's funny. There's actually the platform that the Sixers use in that movie for the prop where they're actually in the Oasis is actually being built. It's a fully immersed VR unit, which is going to cost thousands and thousands of dollars. But like that is something like multi-directional. You're harnessed in, and you're literally in like that is absolutely amazing to me. And to think that that's where coming from literally in television. I don't know if you guys remember in television had the remotes were a blank remote that you would then slide a piece of like paper in that would be used for the different games. So each game came with different things for the controller. So you have one controller, so the buttons would match up with some different other items. So going from that to think that now we're going to go to a fully immersed VR, like absolutely like potential for something like the Oasis to actually happen is would be an absolute dream come true to me,
Yeah.
because like video games were my getaway. Like video games were my way to decompress or my way to do all that stuff. And the idea that I can now go to into a universe, another thing, and just kind of just experience the stuff that I love doing it that way, that'd be so cool. I would have
Yeah.
to
That'd
say
be
something
really
like
cool.
the Oasis would be the
Yeah.
utmost thing.
Yeah. It's really crazy to think like that we are already in like the virtual reality space where we've got that much technology that we're like almost closer to that than you'd think, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty crazy.
I think realistically we're probably maybe 10 years out till it's going to be something where it's actually going to be um, possibly more affordable for most people, but even still something that's actually going to be not necessarily to that level, but something that's going to be well worth it in that degree.
Yeah.
Imagine playing Skyrim. Oh man, that'd be crazy.
Oh my gosh.
That might be my dream.
I got
That'd
the
be really
VR
cool.
version for that, but I haven't tried it yet.
I didn't even know there was a VR version for that. That's really cool.
Yeah, but which I forgot all of, I literally forgot all about that until you said that. So I don't even know how you play that, but I need to try. That'd be really super cool. Like watch a dragon fly over you or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. That man, that I forgot about that movie. That is really honestly super cool. Like the fact that if that was ever a thing where you could like literally kind of like step into another universe.
I thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoyed that movie for that very reason, because I think
Yeah.
me growing up in the development of all these video games, I don't think anyone has not thought about being a part of a video game. Like
Yeah, for
what you
sure.
what you would do if you were in that game yourself. And I think that's just amazing. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, first thing I would do is climb those rocks in Warzone that you can't climb because it's super annoying. That would be the first thing I would do. It's like you can literally like your character has like a 7-foot vertical and whatever, but they can sprint for 10 miles without stopping to take a break.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves.
But they
When-
can't climb
I
a
get
2-foot
so
rock.
mad.
It's
I'm
crazy.
like, especially when you're like the freaking gas is coming and you're trying to get up and you're like, nope.
Yeah. Or those
Oh my
walls, there's like certain walls that are like shorter than other walls that you can climb over, but you can't climb over those ones for some reason. I'd climb over that wall. Just
So
to do
funny.
it.
Look.
Crazy. So, do you play any games on PC at the moment?
So when I do play on PC, I only have a handful of things on Steam because I didn't really get into Steam until later on. I used to play the hell out of some Half-Life though back in the day. Half-Life was I was all about that game back in the day. But as of recently, I play Marbles on stream every once in a while. Um, Steam had a really good deal on Sega retro games, so I ended up buying that pack and I was playing that offline for a little bit. Um, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. I don't know if you ever played that game for the original Xbox, but they did a redo of that on Steam, and I was that was one of my favorite games of all time. And I know you guys play Phas. I've only played that a couple times, Phasmophobia. Um, and then I did play I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger licking good dating simulator.
Oh my gosh, what?
I
What?
play I play that twice on stream. It's literally an anime type game where you are trying to win the heart of a young Colonel Sanders. Uh,
Oh, that's funny.
actually produced by KFC. They actually made that game themselves.
Dude, no
they had
way.
someone yeah.
Did they
Uh,
actually
Dude,
make that
that is so
console?
funny.
no, I think that was fake.
Okay. Probably a
They
good thing.
actually did what?
There was like a KFC bucket video game console that was going around on the internet for a while,
The
but
heck?
I was kind of hoping it was fake. So I'm like, but at the
I
same time,
can't.
I'm like, well, if other fast food like did that, and there was like a Taco Bell one, I'd probably buy it. So
You know, you would
yeah,
have that in a
that'd be
heartbeat.
amazing. It'd be so cool. So you have
Ben
played.
literally said the KFC voices were the best.
I'm
Dude,
gonna have to go
why do
check
I
that out.
always
That's
miss
crazy.
like the best
Yeah.
streams? It's so
I tried my hand on voice acting during those. That and Doki Doki Literature Club, which is another game. If you haven't played it, I can't ruin it for you because it's a fucked up game. It's
No,
yeah,
I've never heard of it.
it's on
I don't
Steam.
even think.
Doki Literature Club. It is interesting as hell. It's a weird ass game, but I was doing voices for that as well, and yeah, that game's fun.
We'll have to look it up.
Yeah,
I could even begin to like wonder what that is.
yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
So you have played Phasmophobia.
Absolutely, yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I only played it a handful of times because that's another thing I'm not gonna play by myself. And
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no
I don't
way.
play it by
that
myself.
game's a lot more fun with friends. So I've only played it probably maybe 3 or 4 times. Um, but no, that game's a lot of fun. I think it was still trying to get used to a lot of things on it, and that game frustrates me with how slow you walk. I'm very impatient, so
Yeah,
that is one thing that just really annoyed me. So I was like, okay,
Especially in the big maps, it's like takes 10 years to get somewhere.
yeah.
yeah, for real.
Well,
I know
pretty
you guys
crazy.
play it a lot more.
yeah, if you ever want to play,
Absolutely.
hit
Yeah,
us up. It's so fun.
I played a bit. Just yesterday, I hit 1,000 points on the basketball game in the in the garage. That's how much
Oh,
I've
nice.
played that game.
That's funny.
Yeah, I haven't played in a while, but it's really fun. I
Yeah,
would
it's a
never play it
blast.
by myself, but
No,
it's really fun.
have you ever tried to play it by yourself?
No.
Me?
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
I tried to do the tutorial. Well, I don't know who you're talking to, but I tried to do the tutorial and I got too scared. Couldn't do
the
it.
tutorial. There's not even a ghost in the tutorial, is there?
I didn't know. I didn't know. The TV started flickering and I was like, I'm out. I'm freaking out. Oh. Yeah. What about you, magiccarpetryde? Did you
I've
try?
I tried. I tried playing one by myself, and it's just like this is no. I'm gonna do something else. Just not the same experience.
Yeah, it's
I was
for me
terrified.
at least now, because they've added a lot of things that make it super creepy. It's like a psychological torture to try to play that by myself. I won't even try it anymore because it's like
Yeah.
you're just so lonely. I don't know.
Yeah, I usually don't do horror stuff, but this is one of the ones I will do because it's like
Yeah, with
an
friends.
actual, I don't know, there's actually like stuff you're supposed to do instead of like the purpose is not like strictly to scare you, I
Mhm.
guess. Like there's actually a game to it and
Yeah,
objective.
And when you're playing with friends, it's like, are you really scared, or are you? Well, you are really scared, but it's like also pretty funny because your friends are also scared. So
Yeah.
it makes me wonder what other horror games would be like if you could play them with your friends.
Yeah,
I feel
think
like I would play
do
a lot more of them.
I think I would mess with more of that if you could, but there's
Right.
something about knowing like you're all alone. It's like freaks me out.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you ever want to play, definitely hit us up because it's so fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
With a
Yeah.
group of people. But we love Phasmo, so we always like have a little discussion about ghosts in our podcast. So magiccarpetryde, do you believe in ghosts?
No, not really. I mean, it's weird. I'm a very logical and like person. If I can't see, smell, for lack of a better word, see, smell, taste, feel any of these things, like it doesn't. I can't make an assumption on it.
Yeah.
So like I've never had any of those like experiences where like light orbs and like I've been to in California. There's a bunch of those places where that are haunted and like,
Mhm.
I've been to a bunch of those places. I just don't feel anything. I mean, I don't know. That just might be. I'm I'm not completely against being immersed into something like that and kind of just trying to figure it out. But as of right now, where I am, I don't
Like,
I don't, I
yeah,
don't think so.
like nothing's ever weird or anything like that has happened. That makes
Never
sense.
woke up
No.
in the middle of the night to like a shouted out figure screaming in your face or anything.
Not recently. No.
Not that I can remember.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. We're the same. Well, we haven't experienced
Yeah.
anything either, so we
No.
just like, to hear if other people have kind of
I've-
live it up through them.
I've never really been on a ghost hunt or anything though, so that's kind of what we want to do. Let's just go.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually been anywhere that's like
Yeah.
supposedly haunted ever.
I don't know whether I like to believe that that there's something there going on, creepy.
Yeah.
But I've never experienced anything, and it's like
He's gotta have all 5 senses. If he can't use his 5 senses with the ghost, he don't want it.
Right. For real.
I'd be 100% down to do some type of like ghost hunt because that'd be the only way to. And like Supernatural was one of my favorite shows. I fell off the last couple seasons, but Supernatural is one of my favorite shows. I love that kind of stuff. I'm a huge horror fan, like and that kind of stuff. I don't get scared. I just appreciate the genre.
Yeah.
So like if that, I mean, shoot, like I'll go toe to toe with the spirit. Like that's the I mean,
Right.
that'd be cool. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Like
Just to see.
I know. I think because we've never experienced something, we're more like not even like, yeah, let's do it. Like, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? So yeah, we're one of these days we'll go on a ghost hunt and be back to spill the tea for everyone.
Right, we'll be like,
Are they real?
Yeah.
Lizard screams like a girl, so I can't
That's
wait.
true. I do. It's true.
Nothing wrong with that.
If you've watched any clips of his jump scares, those are the best.
Gosh.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I really, really, really like watching like ghost hunting videos, like on YouTube, on TV, whatever. I don't know whether it's real or not, but it's like exciting to me to see what they bring. And on Phasmo Fridays in the mornings, I've been watching on stream like those top 5 ghost videos and stuff. And like 90% of those are so stupid that it's like I don't even know. It's like the same ghost face on every single video, just put in a different corner of the room. And it's like, what do you believe? If there's like 99% of these, and then there's like maybe 1% that are actually real, you can't believe it because there's 99% that are BS, you know? So it's so tough. I just got to do it for yourself, you know?
Yeah,
That's
like
the only way. It's like the same thing with like the Ouija board thing. People say it's real, and it's like I couldn't even do it with someone else. I'd have to do it by myself because I can't trust anybody. You know what I mean?
100%.
It's like
Yeah. And there ain't no way I'm ever doing it by myself. So I guess we'll
right,
never know.
and it's like, well, what if it is real? And like, I will get possessed and kill myself if
Right.
I do it. You know, it's nuts.
I mean, I think we just confirmed we need to do a seance on stream.
Right.
I don't know if that's against TOS, but I think we should do a
We all
seance.
get
Yeah, can we
banned.
do that?
Stay tuned, guys. We'll take one for the team and let you know.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
tough because you know, on one hand, it's like I want to know, but the other hand, I got people that are like, you don't need to know. It's like okay.
I know, like my own curiosity is like, but what if? And then other people are like so serious, like, do not ever mess or dabble in any of that. Like, you'll get possessed and die and haunt your whole family. I don't know, like, I don't know. So it's just like, wow, those are two like big ends of the spectrum. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be really down for that though.
Right. Gosh, that'd be fun.
It'd be something. That's for sure.
Yeah. Good idea or not. It'd be interesting. Oh gosh. Yeah. Well, one of these days we'll find out.
Make it happen.
But kind of moving on, I do want to talk about your Funko stuff, since that was one of the things you mentioned from the beginning, that you've even before streaming all of that, you've been very, very big into the Funko stuff, been to the events. And then I want to hear about like this like 800-piece collection you used to have.
Yeah, that's wild.
Because that is wild. You always say before you start, sorry.
Go ahead.
Always, me and Lizard like don't really have anything yet, and we always say like it's a dangerous game. Like we just shouldn't start because once you start, there's just probably like no ending.
It's different. I think it's the game's a little bit different now. So I started in 2014, right on the cusp of when Funko became like way more into mainstream. So like they were around with Pops for about 4 years prior to then, but even at that time they weren't as big as they were. 2015 was probably the bubble. After someone wrote an article on Fun Days for 2015, but for me, I went down. So I bought the first one I bought was it was at a Blockbuster going out of business. It was a Wicket and it was a Beetlejuice, and I gifted the Wicket to my brother, and then I ended up finding I that was in 2012 actually, and then 2 years later I was like, oh cool, I saw these Game of Thrones pops at Blockbuster, or not Blockbuster, Best Buy, and I'm like, oh well, shoot, this is currently the show that I am watching and I enjoy. Shoot, let me just go ahead and get these, and then made the mistake of googling Funko Pops and seeing all this stuff that was available, and I literally went down the rabbit hole and spent hundreds of dollars within the first couple months, and it was bad actually because I literally opened a PayPal credit card and bought it.
Oh my goodness.
I literally opened up a PayPal credit card and purchased a ton of pops, and every single birthday and Christmas I just had I was still I was a grown adult, but I was asking like whenever for my birthdays and Christmases, like I was asked, my family wanted to ask what I want, so just either give me money so I could buy Funko Pops or buy me these Funko Pops.
Yeah.
And it just ended up that way, and it was crazy because at the time you were able to get all these really awesome pieces in 2014 before this bubble hit where all the pieces ended up being hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So I had a really large collection of what would now be considered a lot of grails worth lots of money. Unfortunately, you know, sometimes I had to sell some to make ends meet and such, but it was interesting. I had a lot, about 800 probably at the very minimum. And then slowly when I moved back to I moved back to California, um, I decided to consolidate things, and I was like, no, let me focus a little bit. So I slowly started getting rid of some of my fandoms, and you know, still in the back of my head, I'm always like, oh, I remember that piece I used to have. And then solely went to Batman, And then I was sitting on a lot of like kind of expensive Batman pops. And then I decided, I was like, I want to stream. So then I literally sold half of my Batman collection just so I could get the
Get your
stuff
stream up. Yeah.
to get the stream setup I wanted, that I knew I wanted to do if I was going to do this long term. So priorities unfortunately changed, but
So like where back in the day when it was this huge collection, like where did you store everything?
so I was renting a house, so I had a whole room that was just all the pops.
Oh,
An
that's crazy.
entire bedroom was just filled with pops.
They literally have everything now. So it's dangerous because any type of fandom you have, like, because I know me, like, I would want, like, like, obviously I love Harry Potter. Like, I would want every single Harry Potter creature, character,
Yeah.
building. I don't freaking care. Like, I'd want all of it. So I'm like, oh, that'd be tough.
That's hard coming into it now, because especially so Funko has more licenses than any other company, and than any of the other companies combined.
Yeah.
Like they have every single license. Like, so that was the absolute, like, for me, I was like, is Funko finally announced my dream line, which was Seinfeld. That's one of my favorite TV shows of absolute all time. But it was about 2 years too late, because I'm out of the Funko game. Like, I don't buy unless it's like something I must have, which is probably mostly a Batman piece. I won't buy it. So like I've tapered off after 7 years of 7 years of collecting. So um, for you to just get into it, especially Harry Potter, that will be absolutely dangerous.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm like, don't look, like ignorance is bliss. Like, just admire others, but you can't go down that hole. There's just too much of it now. Like, it's too big of a thing to like. There's too many options. Like, I don't know.
And my personality with collecting too is I have to get them all. For me, like, my mentality, and what sucks is I even in 2014 I was already too late to the Batman game. There are pieces that were already in the thousands of dollars. I had every single Batman piece except for 7 pieces. So, and the 7 pieces I had attributed to about $11,000 if I wanted to buy them.
Jeez.
So it wasn't a hard decision for me to be like, hey, you're not gonna be complete. I'm never gonna spend $11,000 on pieces of plastic.
Dude, that's insane. Holy cow.
So I'm like, okay, let's just keep the ones you like and just kind of get out of it while you can. And thankfully, I mean, I knock on wood, I was thankful. I came in at the right time, before the bubble, and I've been able to do things that I wouldn't necessarily have been able to do without Funko. Because like if I wanted to take a trip, I would sell a couple pieces. Like, it was at the time in 2015, 16, 17 when you could just make money on those pieces from 2014 and 15. And it was a lot easier back then for that, in that regard. But now there's too many fakes and scam artists, and
yeah, that's crazy. I think it's cool now that they're starting to get into like those like custom ones. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. I always love seeing others people's collections, but I don't think I'm gonna jump down that rabbit hole. It's just too dangerous. But definitely really cool.
Yeah. I love seeing everyone's collections.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. So is there anything that's coming out that you've kind of had an eye on, or anything that in the gaming world that you're kind of like looking forward to that's been advertised, or any games you're hoping to see soon?
I think it was about either last year or the year before, they did the teaser for the new Battlefield. So I was super into Call of Duty until Black Ops 2, and then Black Ops 2 made me hate Call of Duty with a passion. So I stopped playing Call of Duty until this actually most recent one. And then because I got into Battlefield, which was a lot, in my opinion, was just a better performing game, had vehicles, had objectives. What you weren't just getting spawn killed by a 10-year-old kid with a freaking light machine gun just hanging out by your spawn. So like so it was a lot more strategy involved in it. So they announced at E3, they did a teaser of it at E3 like a year ago or 2 years ago, and that's one game I'm super going to be into. Once that comes out, I'm not playing Call of Duty probably
Wait, so
anymore.
the teaser is like quite a while ago, huh? And it
Yeah.
still hasn't came out yet? Dang.
Yeah, I don't know if it's full. It's supposedly supposed to be. It was announced it's supposed to come out this year. That's the announcement. But whether that happened or not, because we were also expecting Halo
Mhm.
Halo Infinite
Right.
in November. So that being said, who knows when these timelines are going to happen because of COVID?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to know now, even with like the advertisements, like, and especially now with so much criticism and like reset titles and stuff. I'm
Absolutely.
sure there's going to be a lot of pushback for
Right.
games taking a little more time and everything.
Yeah, without doubt.
Yeah, but hopefully that would be really cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I've actually never played Battlefield, and I knew it was a good game because everyone says it's a really good game. And I was watching Preacher play. I think it was Battlefield 1. Is that like an older one? Not that old, but like older.
It was, yeah, Battlefield 1. So I don't remember 100%, but Battlefield 1 is probably one of the better ones that came out. They came out with
Yeah.
a bunch of different ones. They tried to do they did like the World War One, World War Two versions, and then
Yeah.
the more modern ones. But Battlefield 1 was probably in my opinion, the better one out of all of them.
Yeah, I was watching him play Battlefield 1 and I was like blown away by like how realistic the game looked. I mean, it looked better than Warzone. It really did. It was super cool, and he was just
Yeah, I've definitely heard of them, but I can't like picture it in my mind, like the Battlefield games.
yeah, it looked really really cool. So that might be something when it comes out. I'd be interested in. That sounds really cool.
Because it was also a lot of fun because I play it with my friends and we'd have a squad. You have a squad of 4 people usually, and like we would just like we'd get in a tank and we'd have a synergy and we'd just rock on tanks, and like someone would be fixing the tank if we get damaged, and we're talking to each other, hey, flanking this person. Like it was so much more like in depth than just, hey, there's objective, like just go kill that dude. Like
Right.
I don't know, it just seemed a lot more fun for me.
Yeah, that's cool. Which one are you waiting to come out? Is it 6? I just
Uh,
or,
I don't know if they've even actually announced the title,
huh.
but
Yeah, it looks like
Battlefield
there's
5 was the
a lot of
last one that just came
rumors.
out.
Yeah, interesting. Huh. Yeah, hopefully, especially since they kind of talked about that for sounds like a while ago.
Yeah, I'm excited.
With a game like that, though, they might continue to push it back until they've done everything right. Because I mean, I'm a part of the crowd when I say like sometimes I wait like a few weeks so I can see what other people think of the game before I get it myself to see whether it's like actually gonna live up to the hype. I
Yeah,
just feel
especially
like
if they're
games
advertised so
are
much. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like they're advertised as something above and beyond what they actually are. Um, and we do set the bar high nowadays. But it's tough because you've seen titles they've put out before that are really really good, and they're like everything that you've ever wanted, and they have to try to top that, and they advertise it like, hey, we've topped that and then some, and then you're like, wait, not really. So,
I mean,
that's
that's
what Halo had to do. I mean,
yeah,
they released
exactly.
that trailer and people are like, dude, come on. Are you serious? Like, you've done this to us like 3 or 4 games in a row now? Seriously? So,
I mean, and that was the issue too, because you had COVID kind of set an expectation, especially
yeah.
with all these battle royale games. Fortnite just came out of nowhere and dominated for a while with these battle royale games, and then Apex and PUBG, which I never played, but then Call of Duty came out with their own battle royale, and then you come up with Halo, who hasn't been in the spotlight in what 6-7 years. Like you're not really, I hate to say it, you're not really relevant anymore. As much as like that is a game that totally, like I said before, started me on my multiplayer like career, so to speak. But you're not relevant right now. So like you have to do something that's gonna set you apart from anything, and like that just looked like another Halo game. Like
Yeah.
nothing special.
Halo has like all the right tools to make the best battle royale, but whether they do it or not, I don't know. A lot of like like super fans are like, no, we don't want that. That'd be terrible. I didn't play a ton of Halo, so I'm like, I want that. That would be awesome. Like the vehicles, the weapons. It's just, I think it would be a perfect battle royale personally if they did the everything right, like the looting and stuff. They, because the maps are really big too. Like it's not like you'd have to modify it a ton.
Yeah.
But I
I
don't
think it'd
know.
be
We'll
cool
see.
just because like I haven't really played Halo other than see a little bit of it, but Fortnite was like the first big battle royale I played, and I like Warzone. And like I think just for the people that jumped in on the battle royale train, it'd be cool to have like another option.
I
Yeah,
think
for sure.
they're coming into this space, and I think they're going to be able to absolutely, if they do it right, it's going to turn everything upside down. Because the Halo, even though it's not Bungie anymore, but even still, like they have a chance to do something that's going to be absolutely game breaking in this in this zone. So we'll see. Because otherwise,
Yeah.
right now everything's kind of the same right now. They're all the same kind of game.
Yeah, for sure. Um yeah, I mean, I feel like if they want to optimize their sales, that's what they're going to have to do cuz I mean, that's a probably $1 billion decision just to add that. Just saying. Like I really do think it'll bring that much revenue if they do it. So,
I mean, it's gonna be interesting what they do too, because now if it's gonna be just an Xbox and PC game, what's gonna happen to all those PlayStation players, the PlayStation players that also might have jumped to PlayStation from Xbox recently as well on this last console. So it's gonna. I think this is depending on how good or bad this game is, it's gonna change the entire um, console wars. I think
yeah,
that is.
for sure. Everyone's going to get a PC. it's
Right.
going to be it's going to be wild.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
who knows? Are you excited for the Harry Potter game?
Dude, I can't wait.
I think I bring that up every time and I've
Yeah,
never.
for some reason, okay, like remember when they announced that they were gonna push it back? Well, I like forgot when if the pushback was like pushing it back to the end of this year or pushing it back to the next year, and I was like, I think it's the end of this year, and I went and looked, and it said like 2022. I was like, no, dang it, because I like kind of forgot about it, and I remembered they had said something about that. I was like, oh yeah, I think they're like pushing it back to the end of this year, like that'll be here before I know it. And then I looked, and it literally said 2022, and I'm sure it's gonna come out like towards the end of the year or something. But I can't wait. That'll be the coolest game ever if they do it right. If they don't do it right, because there's nothing like that yet. If they do it right, it's gonna be
Who's
awesome.
Do you know
And
who's making the game?
no, actually,
I don't either.
I don't know. I just hope with their time, like they really truly do make like a really good like open world. You know, make your
Yeah.
own decisions, do whatever the heck you want. Because there's really not been any like epic game for which obviously like Harry Potter is like such a huge fandom. Like I feel like a lot of us have been like hoping and hoping that someday like we get something like that. So I don't know. I'm just
Right.
hoping like they do a good job with it, do it right. We'll see.
Warner Brother Games, Portkey Games,
Oh, okay.
which is interesting because I actually until you just mentioned this, I didn't know anything about this game. Like
Yeah.
I loved Harry Potter. I love the movies at least. I don't
Mhm.
unfortunately I don't read as much as I probably want to should admit, but I like for me like a game like this was really cool when I started playing. So I was super into Lord of the Rings. Loved Lord of the Rings and Shadows of Mordor. I don't know if you played that game. Phenomenal game. and like I was super immersed in that for the longest time. It's just it was an open world game where you just have this this character that is possessed by like a wraith spirit, and it's just super awesome kind of game. And like it's fun when they actually get a game good off of a fandom that you're actually into, and not.
Yeah.
I can just imagine that the disappointment for you would be absolutely horrible if this game doesn't turn out good.
Especially like
Yeah.
wait, like I've been like hoping for something like this for like years, and then like having it announced and then waiting like 2 years. I know. I don't know. I really hope that they do a good job with it, because that'd be like that's literally like my dream game. Just that's all I want.
Awesome.
So we'll see.
I wish like a company like Rockstar would make games like that, because like no one does do whatever you want to do like Rockstar does.
Yeah.
You imagine like if that Harry Potter game was just like GTA but Harry Potter.
You can straight up like do like the curse that kills someone and just be like boom,
Right.
he's dead.
That'd be really cool, actually.
I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. I guess I don't really know any games made by them, so
Yeah, I can't.
it's hard to tell. It could be good. It could be not. We'll find out. It's really far away too. It's hard to.
I had no idea it was even like a thing in the making until they had like they were like doing those presentations like before the releases of the new console, where they just like do their presentation. It shows like clips of a bunch of like new games that are coming up to try to get you to buy the consoles or whatever. And that was in there, and I was like, is this a joke, or like is this for real?
Yeah.
But
cool.
Apparently it's real, so we'll see. Yeah. Lizard, do you have anything before we take questions? Because I have a lot of questions that I've collected over the...
I don't believe so. If you guys have any questions, now's the time.
Got questions for magiccarpetryde, now is the time, and I'll be going through chat to kind of see the questions I've missed. Cal Viserys asks, "What's the coolest Batman pop you have?"
Ooh, probably the Batman the Animated Series one I have, because Batman the Animated Series is probably one of my favorite iterations of Batman. Period. One of the greatest animated series. Period. Of any fandom. But because I got it, I ended up getting it signed. I had to mail it in, unfortunately, but I ended up getting it signed by Kevin Conroy, the voice actor. So that's probably one of my favorite pieces.
That's super cool.
And then going along with that, Targaryen asked, "Is there anything that would draw you back into Funko collecting?"
At this point, probably not. I think with collecting as well. I think collecting it ebbs and flows, and I think it's a progression and a degression all the time. I think it's just an evolution. I think I've now moved past that. I started collecting Batman like figures and statues that you can see in this case right here, and then like I started collecting dumpster fires, the 100 by 100 soft. Like I love those now. So I think it's slowly changing my direction on what I want to do, and I as much as I love Funko and loved Funko, it's just not something that I'm probably going to get back into. Like I said, Seinfeld was my dream collection, and they gave us Seinfeld, and I'm like, nope, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of hard too after like having as many as you did and kind of depleting that as you went to even think about getting back up there.
Beanie Babies, Pokemon cards, Funko Pops, all in the past. It's custom sticker time. That is what we are collecting now. All right.
It's
Tell everyone you know.
Funkos are so yesterday. Oh gosh. Yeah, literally. Steph asked him, "Did you get the cute collectible ducks?" Which I don't really know what that is.
Hold on. So these right here. So I got this on a whim. These are these ducks.
Oh my gosh, they're Batman duck? That's a bathtub. Oh my gosh, that's cute.
So there's a whole line of these. I can't remember who this is by. I'm drawing a blank. Something Tubbs, but they have Lord of the Rings. Like they have everything. Okay, so I
For
went.
ducks?
Yes, like
Do they have
that.
Harry Potter?
I think they do. I think they do actually.
Maybe I could get into.
I think they do have Harry Potter. On stream one night, I was talking. I unboxed this. I was like, oh, let's look this up. So I went on the website and I had like $150 worth of stuff in my cart, and I was asking people whether I should do it or not. I didn't end up doing it, but they're really freaking cool. They're just it's literally it's
That is
literally
awesome.
a Batman with a or a
Oh my
duck
gosh.
with a batarang.
That's so cool.
Cal, here's your show and tell you wanted.
So it's
Yeah.
Tubbs, I think is what they're called, but they have literally everything.
Those have been around for a long time, haven't they?
I think they have, but I don't think that they're actually like going to make more. Like I think they're actually almost like out of. I think they might be out of business almost. So
I know. Now that I think about it, since for as long as I can remember, well, I know it's been a long time. Growing up, I was a huge Lakers fan, and we have a Kobe Bryant duck that's just like that, but it still has like the little goatee and the hair on top of the head, and it's number 8, so it's got to be older. So that was like a young Kobe Bryant. So I never realized we've had that forever. That's so cool, the little Batman in a tub.
Is there like a website for it, or is it just like they're not doing it?
here I'll drop it in both of your guys' chat. Right? Oh, there it is. Supreme Steph just dropped it.
Oh my gosh, let's go.
Yeah, I was excited. I just popped it right out. There's all Lord of the Rings. There's Jurassic Park, Star Trek. These things are so freaking cool. Like
this is something I could get into.
What in the world?
they have like the whole Friends cast.
Dude, they're like so cute and funny and
Yeah.
oh my god.
Some of these are like sold out, or you have to like go somewhere else to buy them. I don't think you can buy them on there. Yeah, they're like a lot of these are out of stock. So
oh
I think
my gosh, Gandalf, the white from Lord of the Rings. That one is so awesome.
So I think to what Liz was saying, I think these are a couple years old.
Oh, do they all come in a tub?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just clicked on one to see how much they were. They might be different prices. That one was $15.
Yeah, I bought mine on Amazon, but I think they're usually like $11.99 regular. So I think if you're able to find them around the $15 range, that's normal.
Huh.
But they're at a premium now. I literally don't think that they're selling these anymore.
Dude, I don't even see. If anyone finds any Harry Potter ones, let me know. I'll have to do some research later, but Drew said the best is Pennywise. I literally just saw that one. I'm like, dude, they literally have the one from the freaking clown movie. I've never seen it, but it looks freaky.
Super cool.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's super cool.
Dude, that's so cool. Oh, wait, no, I already asked that. Never mind. Sorry, I got a lot of comments I gotta scroll through.
Okay, so scratch the sticker idea. Ducks.
Ducks.
Yes, I think that's the future right there.
Man, Tinette, we were talking about streaming earlier. Tinette said, "Man, I must be too much of an introvert. I'm always like, should I stream? Nah, I'll just savor this Tetris goodness." And I don't know, Tinette, if you're still in chat, you are super cool, and I think you should stream. You're like really, really talented. I don't know if anyone has watched her like piano streams, but holy cow.
She's super talented. I love her streams.
Right? I'm so impressive. Oh my gosh. This is something I wanted to talk about, which I totally forgot. Your friggin' 24-hour birthday stream. How the heck did that go?
That was that. I told myself after the last 24-hour stream I would never do it again because that was
I was
so
gonna
bad.
say this was not your first, right?
This is my second one, and this one was a little bit harder because I tried to schedule it around the Thursday night Mario Kart. So I was up a lot longer than I was the first time. First time I woke up and almost went directly into streaming, which was so much easier. This time I was up probably an extra like 5, 6, 7 hours before I started the 24-hour stream.
Ooh, that's rough.
So yeah, this one was a little bit more rough than the last one, but it went really well. I was super excited. First 2 hours, we shattered the goal of $2,000 for Extra Life for Kids, and then ended up with
Dang, that's awesome.
$3,100 at the end of the 24-hour stream raised for Children's Miracle Network. It was
That is
awesome.
awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy in 24 hours. Like, Cal, because Cal had asked, how do you do these 24-hour streams and not be tired? You literally never look tired at the end.
I on the inside, the end of this one. This was the first time I ever actually. If you go back to the VOD, which I have, but if you go back to the VOD, you can see me near the end. I can feel myself, and I caught myself a couple times doing that. And I don't know. No one commented on it, so I was good that no one said anything. But that was the first time I actually was super tired off of that. Like the first.
I can't believe that you did that. Like that people are able to do 24-hour streams. That's insane.
The first stream I did 19 hours of Call of Duty. Thankfully, I had people there to play with me.
Oh my goodness, that would be brutal.
Yeah, it kept me awake. I don't know how. I literally did 19 hours. I did the first 5 hours was design work. I designed a sticker for Sully, and I just like dicked around for the first couple hours, like talking and stuff, and then straight 19 hours of Call of Duty. This time, I at least switched it up a little bit. I played a little bit of the Bean game, even.
Why would you do that to yourself on a 24 when you have to keep going? Like you can't just rage quit.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm a glutton for punishment. I don't know why I did it. I didn't do much of it. I can tell you that for sure.
I don't know what's worse, like 30 minutes of the Bean game or 19 hours of Call of Duty.
I would take 19 hours of Call of Duty over 30 minutes of the Bean game.
Oh, that's so funny.
No, it was good. It was a lot of fun. And I'm
Good, congrats on that, raising that money and making it through that.
Thank you so much.
You think you're retired from those 24-hour streams or probably not?
I told myself the last time I wasn't going to do a 24-hour stream, but I literally, I don't know. If the circumstances are right, I could possibly do it again, but I know I'll probably do at least a 12-hour stream again.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I have the the willpower to do another 24-hour stream. I don't think I can.
That's a lot. What do you do when you got to eat? You just like leave for a little bit, like go cook you up something real fast.
I just so what's funny, the first time I had just had food ordered and I ate at my I didn't step away for like besides bathroom breaks. I didn't take any breaks from the stream. I know some people do 24-hour streams and they'll like take a break in between. Like I literally was on camera for like 24 hours.
That's awesome.
Insane.
Did you guys see Ludwig streamed 24/7 for a month?
What?
Yeah. It was crazy. Raven. For a month. He streamed 24/7.
That guy's a genius.
Why would you?
Yeah. He made a lot of money doing that stream. He broke the all-time sub record on Twitch. But I mean, why you would do that is beyond me. Like, there's got to be something after that like makes you appreciate the time you're not streaming, no matter how much you love it.
He has 200 subs, 200,000 subs. I mean,
yeah, it was like 250,000 subs, something crazy like that.
The fact that that's a real, I just can't even.
It's pretty crazy.
That.
And the only person that had more, he broke Ninja's record from back in the early Fortnite days when he was getting like 200,000-300,000 views every stream. That's crazy to think about. But
every time he got a sub, he added 5 minutes to the stream, and people just kept giving him subs. He's a freaking genius for doing that. He already had a following, but still, like,
yeah, I've seen people do that for about a week, and then they're like, "All right, it's over now. Like, thanks, guys." But
can you imagine
a
just,
month
like,
is
and everything just like run for a month straight? Like,
oh goodness, right?
Like, he legitimately had a race car bed. He was in his living room in a race car bed, watching TV and sleeping in that bed, and while people are freaking watching him, like, insanity, absolute insanity.
Wow. I can't even like fathom that.
Yeah, I mean, a month's worth of work, he made $500,000. Like, you can't.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, not including bits, not including
donos. Who knows?
Literally, you could turn your PC off for like the rest of the year. Be perfectly fine.
Absolutely.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah, pretty wild.
and then just think about that too. Even if 10% of those, because most of those were gifted subs, let's just say 10% of those end up re-upping every month. You're still talking about an extra $50,000 a month just in subs.
It's pretty crazy. Some people have
insane.
A lot of subs on Twitch. I know Nick Merckx gets like consistently around like between 60 and 70,000 every month. And I mean, much deserved. I mean, these people are crazy. They've been doing this a long time. They put in the work.
Absolutely.
So it's super cool. The communities they built. It's just a surreal number to me.
Yeah, literally, like the support, like for one person.
Right.
Like, can't even fathom that. I don't know. So Intimidator had a question earlier. If you haven't played games like the old Contra games, is it worth going back?
See, that's a hard question, because if you didn't grow up on those retro games, they would. I don't think that they have the same kind of intrigue or pull for anyone who hasn't kind of been raised on those games. Unless you like those 2D type games, then yeah, absolutely go for it. I think Contra is a game that I think everyone should at least play once. Like, there's a handful of titles that I think, regardless of when you were born or what gaming system you were introduced on, you should definitely play. And I think, like, the first couple Marios are one of those. Like Sonic, the original Sonic the Hedgehog is one of those. Contra is definitely one of those. Mike Tyson's Punch Out is one of those. Like, there's a handful of games that are just like, you're good to at least try them out. Whether you'll enjoy it is a whole different question. But I definitely think you should definitely try Contra. Contra's a lot of fun.
But don't try the Lion King game.
Do not.
We've established.
Blizzard's going to put that as a channel points redemption.
Yep.
Back when y'all were talking about Sticks and Stones, and I said you guys should play together. Asian Tony Stark said, "Get ready for an earful of cussing from Tamer then Lizard." I'm like, oh.
I don't know.
It's probably an even match.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't cuss. I'm an angel.
That game and Gun Game, me and my brother used to play to figure out what Mom would be cooking for dinner. Whoever won got to pick what we would have for dinner. So
dude, I love Gun Game. That was so fun.
Yeah, you guys need to join us on Tuesday.
Literally.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time. Did you ever play Infected? That game mode?
That was one that came out during Halloween.
No. Oh, well, that one too.
I know what you're talking about. The one where when you die, you become the.
Yeah.
That's
got to be the best one. Me and Ravenclaw.
Oh my gosh.
On
so
this
fun.
on MW19, we would stay up until like 3 or 4 in the morning playing that.
Literally 4 a.m. every night. Me and him would be on playing till like 4 a.m. infected, like literally all
we
night
knew
long.
we knew like the best spots to hide and stuff. if like she was like the first infected, I would like let her kill me or just jump off so I would be with her. It's
Like,
so much fun.
oh gosh, that was so fun. I miss those.
Infected is a really good mode, but that was on Modern Warfare, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
it was.
when Cold War came out, I stopped playing the multiplayer on Modern Warfare. So
Yeah, me too. Cold War's multiplayer is a lot better.
Yeah.
I just wish they didn't separate it. I wish that they would just make it one thing.
Yeah.
Put all the multiplayer together. It would make more sense, to be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah, I stopped playing it after I got my PC because I tried to play it when I like back on my PS4 and it felt like it was like bugged almost. Like it ran so slow compared to my PC. I was like, I can't even physically possibly play this. This is like brutal.
That
really
field of view being at 60 versus 120 is a
and you feel like you're like, okay, you know what you were saying earlier, Tamara, about like the Phasma, like how fast you feel like you're like running. That's like what I felt like playing friggin' multiplayer on a PS4 versus after like playing on my PC. I was like, I'm not moving.
Right.
That's what's so crazy about the PlayStation or the PC is you can also change the saturation and the colors. You can make them a lot more vibrant. And I'm looking at these videos on like TikTok and stuff of people who are like making these and their field of view and all like they have so much. You have so much more to customize on a PC to get a better gameplay than you can on a console because it's all fixed. Unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
I didn't realize if you get enough chats, it doesn't let you go up to the beginning.
Oh yeah.
So if there's anyone's questions from like the beginning of the stream and you're still here and I didn't answer you,
I have to retype it.
Redrop those questions.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Drew already was like in November he's doing another one. I'm assuming 24 hours.
24.
Drew.
We should make it like a 2 time a year thing for you.
Yeah, he's like, you heard it here first.
I said that after the 24-hour stream. I said probably in November because November is the big push for Extra Life, and that's when everybody is doing like their campaigns for Extra Life. So there's a good chance I'm gonna be an idiot and make the mistake of doing another 24-hour stream. But like at the very least, I'll probably do a 12-hour stream. Let's just go and say that.
Are you considered part of like the whole like Nerds Unite community then, since you kind of like got started around the same time as a lot of them?
I mean, yeah, I would say that I'm part of the Nerds Unite community. I'm also like I'm part of the Nerds Unite team on Twitch, at least for Extra Life. Working with Sully and I mean we're just trying to do the most we can for Extra Life, and that was the best way to get as much exposure. But yeah, I would say without the Extra Life, I mean without the Nerds Unite community, I probably wouldn't have been able to get this initial push. Like I don't know if I was streaming to 1 or 2 people at the very beginning. Like if I would,
it's hard with zero connect. Like if you have no connections going in, it's really really hard. Like we all, have our stories too. Like whether it's like a bigger streamer you watched or something like that. Like I feel like you start out with those connections you made, but then it's fun to like branch off and really actually grow people that are coming there for you and not just because of the people that you're friends with or whatever.
No, absolutely. And I think the initial beginning of that. So my first like 3-4 months, I would attribute that mostly to Nerd Unite and Sully and the quality of streamers that were all helping each other at the same time. But I would say that now I've learned from that, and I'm kind of my own thing, and I kind of do my own thing, especially with what I do as far as my my scheduling and my variety. Like I'm not in one type of thing. Like I do I do everything.
No, you've definitely made it your own and personalized it very, very well. That I feel like you'll do a great job as you continue, and you already have of
Thank you.
getting people to hop in the stream for you specifically, and not because they, your friend told them to, or whatever.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Also, Midnight Twin is raiding. Thank you so much for the raid, Curtis.
Thank
You're
you.
awesome.
Midnight.
We're kind of just finishing off with our podcast episode, but if anyone that knows Magic Carpetryde has any questions for him, that's kind of what we're doing right now, is doing like a Q&A. Drew says Tamara's always so happy playing Sticks and Stones.
Yeah, we played a lot of that yesterday, and I got a couple tomahawks to the face, and I was not happy about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always fun to be the person that just goes around and throws tomahawks at people, though.
Yeah, he was also said Infected was amazing, which yes, 10 out of 10 recommend. And then I'm assuming, Drew, you were talking about the retro games when he said back then those are the best games out there nowadays. Games are so much better looking. I think it pushes younger people away from even trying them, which I agree. I think if you have no like nostalgia attached or history attached with those, it's hard to look at the technology in modern gaming that we have today and then look at those like 2D, very simple gaming and like want to play those. But definitely if you've got any type of history or even classics like the Mario and stuff like that, it's fun to go back and, just casually even try them out or play them for a little bit.
Right.
Q, thanks for the resub. Did you have any questions, Lizard? Or
nope, I do not have any questions over here.
Curtis asked, what was Tamar's first Batman item?
Ooh, good. I mean, good. From when I was a kid, it had to have been either like a Happy Meal toy or a Hot Wheel or something like that. Because
awesome.
I couldn't even tell you.
Batman has some pretty great video games. They got Lego Batman and the Batman series. It's really good.
The Arkham series is a fantastic
it's really good.
Series.
Oh, I've heard really good things about that. Yeah. Do you remember like the first Batman like Funko that you got, or did you kind of order like collections at one time?
I think the one when I first got, I think it was just the number one Batman, which was just the common, and then I ended up finding a Chase at a Kohl's of all places in 2014. Yeah, and that was the first time I did surgery on a Funko Pop because the box was smashed, so I had to find another box. I did a sticker swap on it, but yeah, I think just and then from then, like I said, I literally went on eBay and Amazon and bought everything I could think of that I wanted. And so like at that time a bunch of Batmans were already out, like the Dark Knight series ones, those were already out. So I bought a bunch of DC stuff and just kind of just stuck with it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wait, what? Dylan the Villain says, do Funkos really have things hidden in their heads? I've never heard of that. Is that like a rumor or like a...
No, they don't. They're hollow.
What? I've never heard of that.
That'd be really cool though.
Well, don't try it yourself and ruin your Funkos. He also asks, have you tried Mario lately? It's hella hard. Can't believe I actually used to pass levels when I was younger.
Like the older Marios? The older Marios, I go back and play them every once in a while.
Are you Dylan, are you talking about like old like retro Marios or like a newer game? What's been the newest? Yeah, he said the older ones.
Yeah. No,
What's been the most recent like release from like a Mario game?
It's one of they just re-released that 3-pack with Sunshine Odyssey and
oh yeah, that's true.
and then there was another one that just came out as well. The one that's actually Sully was playing on stream. I don't remember what that one was called, but there's a newest one that just came out for Switch. Yeah, I recently actually when I say recent, like 6 months ago, I played through Super Mario 64 on stream again, and that was a lot of nostalgia.
Like the original one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Did you get that Switch game that had the remastered version of the 64 and Sunshine? The other one was?
I don't remember now. I did. I did. Yes, I did. Because I think yes, I did get that. Now that I remember. Yeah, because they stopped making that one.
Yeah, it said it was a limited. I got it. I forget about it because I have like all that's my only like digital game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got it, but I haven't played it yet because I got it digitally, and I never get games digitally. Typically on my Switch, I just get the little chip or whatever for it.
Yeah.
So whenever I look through my games, like I don't even think about it because I don't have a box for it. So I'm always like, shoot, I gotta play that. Like,
it's unfortunate because I'm a physical copy guy, and now the way that everything is looking, everything's going to digital, and it's unfortunately not going to be.
Yeah, I'm the same way because I when I want to play like a game, like I'll literally like look at the box, like look at the cases, and like reach for one. So I don't know. I never think about playing like a digital game, at least not on like the Switch or something like that. Like, oh, Super Mario World and Bowser's Fury just came out. Low key, really fun.
Yeah, that one looks a lot of fun.
Also, thanks for the sub, Dylan. You're awesome. Huh. Yeah. I went as far back into chat as I could. I kind of feel bad. I didn't know like you couldn't scroll all the way to the beginning, so hopefully I didn't miss too much. But yeah, it's been super fun to have you on today.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and drop his Twitch. If you're not already following him, make sure you follow magiccarpetryde.
Yeah, go follow Magic and go follow Raven.
Thanks so much, guys. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad.
Yeah, I was super excited. I was weird about it asking you because I was like, I used to be in your stream a lot, and then you'd come to mine sometime, and then like lately I had been so busy, like, and I like haven't been able to watch like anyone's streams. So I'm like, he probably thinks I dropped off the face. Like, what is he gonna think if I ask him to be on his podcast? He's gonna be like, where have you been? Like, no, you know.
Absolutely.
But I've been trying to get back into like watching more again and everything.
This was super exciting.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. It was definitely a lot of fun. I guess I'll drop lizards, even though I'm pretty sure everyone that follows me follows him, probably.
Do you want to pick someone to raid Magic?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a good. Billy is on. Buffalo013. How long has he been on? Do you guys follow Billy, Buffalo013?
I don't think so, but I can.
You'll just have to tell us how to.
Buffalo013.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go follow magiccarpetryde and Lizard, please, guys. They are both awesome people. And magiccarpetryde streams 5 days a week. So check out his next stream on. Are you streaming tonight or
no?
Tomorrow?
I'll be tomorrow. Is Mario Kart night. Yep.
All right, tomorrow's Mario Kart, guys, on magiccarpetryde stream. All right.
Sounds like a plan. Hang on.
Buffalo013. Tell me when you're chatting hitting the chat button on it.
Yeah, he's
Okay, I'm hitting chat now.
He
Okay.
plays on for Tuesdays with us.
Awesome.
Hopefully. Sweet. I
Cool, cool,
love
cool.
meeting new people. So.
We'll do hashtag unkindness raid.
Oh yeah. Hashtag. Gosh, I really am out of practice.
Me too. It's all good.
Unkindness raid, guys. Go send the love over to Buffalo.
Yeah. Once again,
Raven, wrong one. Wait. Don't go. Hang on. Wait, that said Buffalo 32. That was the wrong one.
Wait.
Okay, I canceled it. Hang on.
I think this is the right one.
Guys. I canceled it. All right.
Yeah, yours is right, Lizard.
Okay.
What did I do wrong?
I
Buffalo with a W. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna lie. I thought their little user icon was a little weird, but thank you so much for telling me before that everyone fan rated.
That would have been funny.
Okay, let's try this again.
Thanks for coming on, Magic.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. This was a lot of fun.
Can't wait for Mario Kart tomorrow night. It's gonna be a good time, guys.
You guys are always welcome.
Okay.
Mine's about to run out and go anyways.
Okay, we can go now. Ready?
Okay. And go.
Oh my gosh. All right.